Can you
You
see
said
that?
what is you said what is high end electronics?
Yeah, electronics. So when you look at a circuit board and you see all those little components and you don't understand what they are, right?
But I
Then
do understand what those are.
you should. I do.
Yeah.
Well, every part.
No, not every part. No.
Well, what parts don't you understand?
The ones that are not labeled.
Say that again. You were lagging.
The ones that are not labeled. Where is this going? Are we having
Well,
a
can you?
conversation about the
Okay.
sky
So,
being blue and the
so
grass being green? Or
well,
are you
listen. So
speaking about
labeled.
or are you speaking about you being bitter about Christians? What is this
I'm not.
conversation really about? It
I'm.
sounds
Oh.
if you're being bitter about Christians.
Oh. He's going for
You
the ad
asked the
hominem.
last guy, you asked that last
Ad
guy who was a
hominem.
Christian. You asked that last guy who was a
Ad
Christian.
hominem.
You
All
said,
right. Hey, Immortal, can I ask you a question? What color is the sky to you, and what color is the color of grass in general? Dan.
Speak, motherfucker.
Dan.
I don't like him. I really don't like him more.
Who did that guy leave?
Yeah.
Well, I just seen Hope on cam for like a split second.
Because you know why? Because I defeated him, and he just can't handle it. What color? Hey Dan, what color is the sky to you, and what color is the color of grass?
Fuck, man. You know, the sky is blue, grass is green.
Yep.
Bluegrass.
Oh, really?
And I came to know that through direct sensory experience.
Right. Okay. So you don't believe in the Bible, I take it, correct? Because if you don't believe in the Bible, according to these Christians, then how do you know the sky is blue and the grass is green? Because
Through
apparently,
direct sensory experience.
I was just told not longer than 20 minutes ago that I've been duped. We've all been duped into believing that the sky is blue and the grass is green because we don't understand grass, and apparently I don't understand the sky, even though he doesn't know what I understand or how much I know.
Oh, I don't need to know everything about grass to know that's fucking green, right?
Right. But so you don't understand it, so you can't see the color.
Well, I mean, I understand some things about it, right? That's why I understand that it's green.
Right. Well, how can you if you don't fully understand it? I'm being the devil's advocate for the Christians because there are none here.
Well, I mean, just because because you don't understand everything about it doesn't mean you don't understand anything about it, right?
And just for the record, I'm not bitter about anything, especially Christians, man. I don't care. Yeah.
You know, it's like what Darth Dawkins said today. Like, I heard him in a conversation.
No,
Yeah.
He said that if you don't understand the fundamental grounding of reality, you can't know anything. And I was like, how does that follow? But he didn't even try to answer my question. He ignored me. And I was like, ha ha ha, I got you right there.
So how do you know that the grass is green, Dan?
I already told you, man. The direct sensory experience. You know, I fucking see it and I know it.
But how do you know? Oh,
How do I know what?
you're talking about something through unintelligent language.
I was
In
actually
other
being
cultures,
you when you left.
I had got a phone call. In other cultures, right? You
So
have
wait,
things being said like they'll use an item that's a particular color, and then they'll use that item as color. like Dom is Dom, right? It's blood and is also the color red. Or like if it was a derivative, it would say like a red heifer. Like if you're talking about a particular color. So then you can match a tangible thing with these colors so that you know that it's kind of telling the truth. Anybody could have said that the color green is the color green. So like you really don't know what green really means or what this word kind of entails or what there's nothing to give witness that green is green.
Look, man,
Well,
I have these, this experience of certain colors, and I use labels to them that were taught to me by other people, right? These labels that we commonly associate with, these certain shades of the spectrum, whatever.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you.
green is just the name that is in agreement with everyone of what the color of that is. That's all that
Yeah,
means.
of Babylon. I understand exactly what you mean, but you don't understand what you're in.
He's in Babylon.
What?
Yes, Babylon. Confusion by language. What most people will commonly know as witchcraft.
Oh, so I'm doing witchcraft.
No, of course you're not doing witchcraft. Someone did it to you. You're in the spell.
Okay, so who did this witchcraft to me
Whoever
in order for
invented
me
English.
to
Whoever
believe that the
invented
sky is
English.
blue and the
Whoever,
grass is
whoever invented the word blue.
okay? So whoever invented the word blue is creating a trick and conspiring against the entirety of humanity. All right, to trick us into believing that the sky is in fact not blue. Right? And he's just named it blue. So one guy named it blue.
No, I'm not
Right?
saying that the sky is not blue. I'm saying that you can't prove that that associated color should be called blue. There's no witness to say that that's correct. You understand?
There doesn't have to be a witness. There just has to be an agreement of language.
Well, then if there's no witness, then you can't say that you know. All you can say is that you can relate to people who are under the same spell that you're under.
I understand what you're saying, but if the common language and the definition of that color is the name blue, then that's what that is. It's just language.
Who was that? Who did nature establish it?
Who invented it?
Or
I have no idea.
Or did shit?
Say again.
Some fucking person invented the word.
I mean, who established your definition? And we can do this with any word that you have. Who established your definition?
Sometimes
I've been a painter for many years, man. So it's a standard definition across everything.
English?
That's the color in every language, even in
across English. So you're saying that you say blue? You say blue the same way in Mexico that you say it in English? Is that what you're saying to me?
In English, it's the word blue, yeah, but in other different countries, it's a different.
Why?
Through historical coincidence.
But it translates to the word blue in their own language.
That's funny. So what did it translate to before the word blue ever existed, or even the English language existed? What did it translate to then?
They had
before
there were other languages
names. Yeah.
There were other languages that
again?
had the same word for the same concept.
Yeah, exactly.
You said the same word for. Wait a minute. What do you mean the same word?
Sorry. They had different words for the same concept. I misspoke. My bad.
That's true. So they all agreed on the color of the sky, right? And they used the word or words to describe it.
So why didn't they just name the color blue sky? You see?
Right.
But there are languages that do that though. That's what I'm saying to you. You understand?
Like, give me an example of what you're saying.
I told you earlier.
Like, give me an example.
Dom.
Dom.
Dom means blood. Dom,
In what language?
like Adam.
Look, Adam.
Hebrew.
Okay, Adam.
Wait. In what language is this? Are you talking about?
Hebrew. Daleth Mem. I mean, that'll be hard to do because you don't know Hebrew. You know what I mean? So it'd be hard for me to be saying this to you. But
Right, okay.
just know that other cultures
Okay,
do
all
that.
right.
And it ain't just other cultures do that too. That is not that necessarily that special.
Excuse my words. Phone click, I guess. I kicked them all. Ha 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 ha! I'm powerful. No, it was a phone glitch.
Yeah. All
Jeez.
together now.
The
It must have
woman.
just dropped.
Explain to me Sodom and Gomorrah, which they also found. Explain that.
Full of fags, bro.
But he's. I mean, I think you're making language to be like, you know, this magical thing. You know, there's like a right word and a wrong word. I mean, fuck, man, it's a human invention. You know, it's determined by
No, it's not.
convention and whatnot.
That's not true. Our language, right, is the language of the cosmos. Everything that you see manifested, those are our words.
Come on, dude. What?
I
English?
mean, you're laughing. You're laughing, but
So,
English?
okay,
tell you what it
they
is.
were made by. It was made by human
Oh, I'm
beings.
not.
for
No, I'm
purpose
not. I'm not talking about English. I'm sorry. I'm not talking about English. I'm talking about Hebrew.
You're talking about what?
Hebrew.
Like Hebrew? You mean like the Hebrew, the Hebraic?
Yes, there you go. Hebrew.
What
Yes.
about
Say it again.
what about the Aramaic?
But what's Hebrew
Wait.
anyway? What's that?
That
What is
has
that?
the same. That has the same phonetics, but that's not the point of what I'm saying. The point of what I'm saying is that all of our Hebrew characters are natural things, so you can't lie about them. So, like when I say Aleph, I'm talking about a herd. You see what I mean? You can't lie about a herd and what a herd is. When I say ayin, it's a picture of an eyeball. You see, you can't lie about that. It's like, well, what's the witness that ayin represents an eye? Because it's a picture that's saying that it is. So like if you were saying that sky, right? That's what I would do because it's honest, right? You say blue, right? It's sky. You associated something that relates with that color. You see what I mean? So that you can't lie. You can't lie. Green, ancient demonic deity. You know what I mean? This is what they've done throughout all of English. They hide a lot of their gods within their words so that you can worship them, to be honest with you.
Are you trying to say that the Hebrew is without fault? It's like
Absolutely,
flawless?
yes. Yes, I am. I can prove this too.
I don't know if I can disprove it. I just don't know if I believe that.
I mean, I'm telling you
what
that
does
I
that
can
even
prove it too.
mean, though?
I mean, it's right. It's not a right or wrong thing. I'm just saying that I can prove it. If you want to hear the proof, then I'll bring it. There's no offense here with that. Why would anybody be offended by that? If I'm saying that Hebrew is the language, you know what I mean? I'm saying that English is a defiled language. Neither one of us invented Hebrew or English. So what's the point of being upset about either
Well,
either perspective? You know what I mean? What does it matter?
it's like the Muslims though with the Quran saying it's it's holy. The Arabic that was written in is perfect, etc. I mean, I think that's been proven.
And when you tell them to prove it, what do they say?
Well, they have this whole challenge or whatever they like to do with the Quran, but
what's the challenge? Does it seem feasible that that the challenge could mean that the Quran is perfect? I mean, I can give you some understanding of why I say the Hebrew is perfect. The concepts of the hieroglyphs of the words and how they're spelled forwards and backwards give relative ideas to each other. So like you like welcome, right? Like a welcome mat is at a door, you welcome someone in your house, right? That word is hob. It's 2 letters, the hay and the bet. When you reverse the word bet and hay, that's the word for entrance. All of our language does this. So like above is ill, right? Lie is to descend or go down or swallow. And you can just keep doing this through our language. Not only can you do it with the 2-letter roots, you can do this with the 3-letter roots too. And what I'm speaking about is biblical Hebrew, not like what you see the people using today and all of that stuff. But the words that's in the Bible, you can do like that. And you can see those relative perspectives all the way throughout with every word, to the point that it's too much like coincidence for somebody to have made this language up. They couldn't have did it.
Yeah, but what color is the sky?
Smart. Whatever color it is, I'm looking at it.
Do you see it as blue or not? Yes or
Well,
no?
right now it's gray.
I don't think there's one person who invented Hebrew, right? You know, it's probably.
I mean, you told me to look up. Well, Hebrew is not an invention. Hebrew is mathematics.
But before you said you didn't understand the sky, so what color it is? That's what you said to me.
Yeah, I don't understand the sky. I'm going by what you said. You said look up, and I'm looking up, and it's gray.
You said, how can you know the color of the sky if you don't know what the sky is? You kept telling me this.
Exactly. I did say that. And then you said look up. So I looked up, and now I see gray.
But you said you don't understand the sky. So how can you know what color it is?
Like, I guess you can't know anything about the sky if you don't know anything about the sky.
I don't, but he told me to look up. And as I look up, I see gray.
You just got caught out because you said before that you don't understand the sky, therefore you can't understand the color.
I still don't.
I reject the premise that I don't know anything about the sky, right? I know
nothing about the sky. I still don't know nothing about the sky. But you said look up. And what color you see? This is what you said. And then now I'm doing it. When you first said it, I didn't do it. But now that you said it, now I'm looking up and it's gray.
All right. But before you also said that you don't understand the sky. So how can you understand what color it is?
Are you going to repeat this every time? Like,
and I would say that I know the sky
wait
better.
A minute. You went live. You went live with this?
Not me. It's not my hangout.
Whose hangout is it again?
I don't know.
Benny's.
Oh, it's
But you did say that you don't understand the sky. Therefore, how can you understand?
I'm saying it now. I don't understand the sky.
Yeah, but
you know things about it, right?
Then how can? But you don't get what I'm saying here, man. If you said that can't see,
I don't. But I do understand. I do understand when you said look up.
Yeah.
And I responded to looking up, and it's great.
Now what I'm saying here is like because you said that you didn't understand the sky, you couldn't understand the color.
I'm still saying that. Let's establish that I'm still saying I don't understand what the sky is.
Yeah. Well, then according to you, then you can't know what color it is either, because you don't understand it. That's under your definition, though.
Do you understand?
That's cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying you did say that, and you did admit to it.
I think it's fine. Whatever you say is fine. I mean, I'm not going to argue about something. I'm not going to argue with you about something that I don't understand. I humbly
Yeah, no, that's cool. Like I'm not arguing with
whatever you say it is, that's what it is. Like when you said look up, I was like, okay, now I'm guessing, that's what you want. So then I said great.
The whole crux, right, of what I'm trying to say to you is who's that?
I don't know.
It's Patrick. Hopefully he's not talking about the sky.
Can we talk about other topics, right? I mean, this is getting kind of boring.
Yeah, I mean that sky is
sorry. Yeah, but it's only because Christian Hillbilly came in and said it.
Well, Christian Hillbilly's a fool, okay?
Yeah, he said that we can't know the color of the sky because we don't understand the Bible. That's how it started, all right? And that's why I asked everyone, what color is the sky?
Say that.
No, not you. Not you. Christian, Christian, you've never said that. It's Christian Hillbilly who continuously keeps repeating himself and saying that. The guy, Batman guy, who you know as Batman guy.
The fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
But I
Well,
didn't hear.
we've
I
known him.
didn't hear him say that either. I
He
heard
will
you
say it.
say
He will say it.
Say that, but he didn't say it though.
No, but he didn't say it then. But he always says it though when he comes in. We've known him for years, and he says, "How do you know, sir, that the sky is blue?" He will actually to say it like that. How do you know that the grass is green? How do you know? He just keeps doing that.
Hey Benny, where is Hebrew Perry? Because I heard his voice on your thing. What hangout is he on?
Do you like my wooden bike?
That's my brother.
Yeah,
Do you like my wooden bike? No one said anything about the bike that I built and that I rode. No one. None of yous.
You didn't build that shit. You stole it.
Fuck, man. Check it out. Is my bike the best or what?
That is pretty desperate.
That's the best bike you can ever get, man.
How much is one? That's a very interesting question. One is all.
I won big races in that.
You know how Christian Hillbilly claims to know the sky is blue, though?
Oh, he does claim it's blue. He knows it's blue.
Like he knows it because he uses his sensory experience like us. But then when it comes to like, how do you know your senses are reliable? Because God told him they're reliable. But how does he know that anything God tells him is true? Because God told him that everything that he tells him is true. So that's a problem.
That's virtually circular.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying here, man. Yeah. It is circular, man. Because if he can see it the same color as we can see it, then what he's saying is shit. You get what I'm saying here? It makes and it doesn't even make any sense, man, to say that the shit that we see, the colors and the objects, he even comes in and says computer, cat, laptop, just like random words. He goes, how do you even know the words he's saying are even real? He goes to that level.
Because we were taught, right? We were taught that these words are associated with these concepts, these things in the world.
By who? Who have you been taught this by?
Parents, teachers, books, school.
The system of Babylon.
Why is he using the same language as us then? If he's fucking, ascended to some different linguistic level. That guy can't speak Hebrew. That guy's never traveled outside of his trailer, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That doesn't mean that he can't speak by the Spirit.
He can speak about his spirit, but he can't speak for everyone else.
I said by the Spirit.
Oh, that's fine, but he can't speak for me and everyone else who sees the sky as blue and the grass is green. And that's what he tries to do.
What would be an example of him preaching by the Spirit or saying anything?
Invite him in. Benny, get him in. Get him in. He'll say it himself. I want him to say it. Jim. Bring Jim in.
What would be an example?
Jim Barber.
He could say anything by the inspiration of God. Only the ones, this is unfortunate for you all, only the ones who can hear that unction would know if he's speaking by the Spirit or not. This is what witnesses is all about. You have to have a witness.
Yeah, but you got to presuppose in order for that to even believe that, though.
This is going to come off as real trollish and rude. I want to just say, though, what if I said, fuck you right now? Was that inspired by the Holy Spirit?
I wouldn't say so.
Well, what was it then?
It sound like the same thing you've been saying this whole time. Like all the other stuff you said.
I didn't say anything besides now. Why are you saying it's all bullshit? I just said fuck you as just like I'm asking.
No, I'm not saying that you said it as anything. I'm saying that you just sound like you're talking.
Well, that's what the Holy Spirit does, right? You talk.
No, that's not what I said.
No, I'm not saying.
Here's the best example that I can give to you. It's like a sheep hearing their shepherd call, or a baby hearing their mother call. Like somebody could not be their mother and then call their name and they don't respond. But then when their mother calls, they hear it. It like has a certain ring to it. So then that's what the Holy Spirit sounds like.
Can I ask you, then how come in all these different religions and cultures and countries, the word sky is associated with the word blue? And how come Christian Hillbilly is the only one who...
I said that some cultures it is like that. I said that yours is not. That's what I'm saying to you. If blue, right, was associated with the sky, then your word for blue should be sky. That's what I'm saying to you. Like you shouldn't say blue. You should just say sky.
No.
My word for blue isn't sky.
No, man, because you can't say that, dude. I used to be a painter, right? I used to be a painter, right? And so as a painter, you walk in, the client wants... The client... Wait, let me finish. The client doesn't say, I want the color wall or I want the color floor. They want a certain color, right? So in agreement, in language,
those are not things found in nature, like I told you before.
But
things
the thing
that's found in nature. You're gonna cut me off?
Oh no! I wasn't finished yet though. But what I was saying is, like, you can make up a color, right? Mix a color and make up your own name for it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But all the primary colors across the world, all right, is in agreement, say, with like the sky, the color for the sky. There's also a word for the sky in all these languages, right? But the color is also the same across the languages. That's what I'm saying here. That's what I mean. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're incorrect. So here's an example, right?
All right.
So in my language, the word nakash, right? It means serpent. It also means brass. So it's describing the color of the serpent. It's actually talking about a particular type of serpent. And the reason why they use that as the word serpent, because it's talking about the color of the serpent. You understand? It's the same word, nakash. So like when you read the Bible, you'll see the word nakash, and it'll be talking about a serpent. And in particular, it's talking about the serpent's color. You see that?
Right.
So we're not confused. We're not confused about what color brass we're talking about. We're talking about the color of a copperhead snake. You see what I mean? It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, but
we have words like
a
red. We'll have words like a red heifer.
Hang on a sec. Snakes are different colors, though. They can come in any color.
Yeah, but we're talking about that particular one. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, but that particular. But okay, what about the colors of the different snakes? Then
it's a Listen, it's a cultural language, meaning
but
like
there are more snakes
than
that color.
I hear what you're saying, but when something is directed, to you, then it deals with your culture, not someone else's.
All right.
You understand?
Well, what I'm saying is things have changed and people have moved and grown and the world's changed.
I understand.
Now that we've learned that there are snakes that are all different colors, more snakes, different colors than that.
Well, we knew that there were snakes too. It's not the snake.
Well, that means their description of their color is wrong.
No, it's not true. We have other words for different types of snakes. This is why you see it translated as serpent, vipers, all of these different things. This is how we call them. Those are different words. But when we say nakash, we're in particular talking about a copperhead snake. So then let's say if it was another thing that was green, you see what I mean? Like a green bee, then we would have a word for that too. But we would refer to that bee according to the color or whatever the case may be. Like I was trying to tell you, a red heifer. You see what I mean?
So you call it.
I'm saying that. Listen, I'm saying that in English. You see what I mean? Because so you hear me saying red heifer, but that word is one word and it's indicating a certain color. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And okay, so what about a green lizard? Do you call that nakash as well? If it's the same color as a serpent?
No, we have another word for that too, and that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But you said you're
asking me why. You're asking me why, as if I made the language. I didn't make the language. This is What I'm saying to you is you can ask why, in a sense, how you got these definitions of these English words and why they're named what they're named. Why is blue named blue?
But you said Nakash, right? Okay,
Yes.
is associated with a color, correct?
Yes. Brass,
Or not?
brass, copper, brownish looking color.
Okay, so now you come across a lizard the same color as that. Do you call that Nakash as well?
Maybe I would say the word for lizard and then I would say Nakash after it.
Oh, okay, so that's just language.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened then?
So what that's indicating is that we have a witness to these colors and these things because these things are relevant to each other. The association of a copperhead snake, even like that's a good one, right? In English, copperhead snake. You see that? It's given a witness to what type of animal this is from a color.
Yeah, but
copper.
in English,
You see that? Copper.
that's only Hebrew, man. In English, we give them different names for different snakes.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's cool. I don't have a problem with that. But what I'm asking you is, why are you calling it these things? Like, I agree more so with the scientific names of things in English. What I don't agree with is you all simple words. So like when you say a good one would be like a Homo erectus, right? When I hear people say that, I'm like, well, I know what Homo is because this is a mathematical term. And then when you say erectus, I have to ask them what that is. You say, what's erectus? You see what I mean? And I'm guessing it, and based off the science of the word, I don't really know, but I'm gonna try to guess at this, right? Erectus. It means like something that's risen up or erect, right?
Exactly.
Maybe a upstanding man, right?
Yeah, it means an upright man.
Now listen. Now how do I know that? Because there's witness within the word. You see what I mean? But when you have a word like blue, there's no witness in that word for me to figure it out.
They're wrong. First of all, it's in Latin, not in English. And second of all, right, they give it that name because when they reconstruct the bone structure and they can see that it's an upright human, and then they give it that name.
There you go. Right? Listen, I was guessing at the definition, but I knew it had something to do with something standing up. You see what I mean? Like, because I hear the witness within the word is telling me what it is.
Yeah, but they're just being correct with their terminology.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. I was guessing at that. I'm not saying that I know exactly what erectus means. You understand what I'm saying to you? But what I'm saying is there is witness to what it means within the word. I'm telling you that a word like blue, there is no witness within that word to tell you that that color is blue. Do you understand that? I agree with some of the scientific and mathematical terms. I agree with some of the scientific and mathematical terms of English, but some words have no witness to them. Thus, I cannot tell you if that's actually what it is.
Is that wrong, or is that a flaw within the language, or what?
Yes, that's a major flaw within the language. Then that means that it's possible.
Okay.
That means listen. That means that it's possible to lie. If you have a language where everything constantly bears witness to itself, you cannot lie. Like, I can't convince you that this picture of a tree is not this tree that you're looking at. You see what I mean? Like, I can't trick you out of that. I can't say, well, this is dog and point to the picture, right? And then point to you the actual tree and say, this is tree. This is dog and this is tree. I can't do it. It won't work because you'll know, like, either that's tree and this is tree, or this is dog and that is dog too. You'll see that it's the same thing. It's impossible to lie. That's what I'm trying to say to you. That's what witness does.
What's going on?
So those are tangible things. Those are tangible things.
Like the way I see it, right? You know, it's
those
like I have the color blue. I associate it with a concept. a certain image in my head, right? A certain shade of color. I mean, I don't see why I need to have like, a so-called witness in the word to understand it.
I didn't say you need a witness to understand it. I'm saying that you don't have a witness. And there's a disbenefit to not having a witness. If you go to court and you don't have a witness, the odds of you winning the trial may slightly go down. If you have a witness when you go to court, the odds of you winning may slightly go up. Not saying that you need to have one. I'm just saying that you don't have one.
Okay, so I have a question. What would be the use of the word erectus, though?
Well, our word in Hebrew is kun. This is how we say erect. And it means right.
See, the thing is, I think if you keep doing, okay, so you said it means right, and what's a witness of the word right? I think if we keep playing this, okay, so
it's a
word has this witness, and what's the witness of that witness? Eventually we'll hit rock bottom.
I got you.
Right?
It's a branch continuing.
Dude, language has changed, man. It's now more comprehensive than Hebrew. You realize this, right?
It's like, I think eventually you'll reach like a word without a witness, right? So
no, I haven't. Not a biblical one.
Oh, but you're gonna. How do you know? How do you know?
I mean, because I researched it. What do you mean? How do I know?
Yeah, but that's your claim, not ours.
Okay.
So
well, where the real question is how do you know?
I don't know.
Researching.
I'm asking
right.
you.
Well, then that means you have some work to do, then, my friend.
No, no, because I didn't make the claim. The onus of burden of proof is on the claimant, and you're the claimant, not me.
Okay. Well, you won't know, and you won't know. Definitely not by me saying something.
Yeah. So we can all agree that the sky is blue and the grass is green.
Well, you agree to that.
Kick him out.
I don't agree to that.
Kick it out. Yeah.
I don't even see that. You mean like just join the actual? They're not on the panel. Okay, my bad. Sorry, I fucked up.
Benny, I want to give a shout out to the Immortal Great Heathen Army. Subscribe to his channel.
Hey, subscribe to my channel, Yazoo Shatifa. I need like 500 more subscribers. You all go and subscribe for me.
Your channel has way more subscribers than mine, then. Fuck.
I'll subscribe to your channel. Make sure you put the link in the back chat or something. Is that all?
No, it's all good.
What is it, Benny?
Over. Oh, fuck. Did I miss everything?
I guess so.
No, it was a good discussion.
The words looked a little blurry.
I like to learn things as well, you know what I mean?
It's so funny that I'm looking at an erect branch as we speak. A coon.
Is that how you say it? Is that how you say it in Hebrew? How do you say it? Hakun.
No,
yeah, okay. Show it again. It looked a little blurry though. Blacks were terrible. To discriminate, right? Oh, discredit. Discredit them.
Well, you went way in.
Who wrote that?
This is very weird, right? You talk about blacks and IQ
When,
tests and stuff like that.
yeah,
But
I
then
don't
I'm
understand.
sitting here and I'm dropping knowledge that's just beyond
Oh,
Western Babylon mentality.
Oh,
he
yeah,
wants to talk
there's plenty of
about
smart
smart
blacks,
white.
right?
That's
Yeah, it doesn't
weird.
matter what you are. It doesn't matter what you are. We all have the same brain size, dude. It doesn't matter. The
I
same
don't think that.
proportion. Yeah.
How do
What
you all
about
feel about blacks running the world and teaching everybody the things of the universe?
I don't like that idea. I hope I die before that.
No.
Why don't you
I
like that idea?
being leaders, but
I
I
like.
don't like any ideas being pushed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because then you're no better than ISIS or someone, man, pushing their
Now,
religion. Because
I justify myself. I'm going to sound like a racist now. So can I just?
you got to
let
be
it know?
able to have the right to choose, man. I don't care about the black leadership. That's fine. I'm fine with that. That's cool,
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah,
You have the
no,
right to choose, like how people chose Trump. You all think people chose Trump?
Trump #1.
nah, man. I think
Right.
that was all rigged.
I know he never won.
Hey, dude, I think it's all rigged. I agree with you. I actually think that shit is fucking rigged, man. So they get the leaders in, right? And they just get to choose. And
Yeah, I mean that's smart. I would do it that way. Why wouldn't you do it that way? Why would you leave running the world up to people?
I am really
That's
sorry, but I heard you say
that's like the silliest thing in the world.
I did not say Trump #1. I said, or I mean Trump never won. That's not what I said. I said Trump is #1.
Oh, okay.
I just felt like I had to make sure that you knew what I meant.
That's all good. It ain't no big deal to me. Whether you think he's #1 or not.
Kind of
I'm coming. I'm coming. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna run the whole thing. You know, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in love. I'm gonna make you say that I'm #1.
hey, bro, do you think it was rigged for him to win? It was all like really pre-decided?
Yes, all of it.
Yeah.
All of the American government is rigged, which is very
I
smart. Like I
agree.
say, you shouldn't leave important situations like that to people, the public. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you shouldn't do
I
that.
agree.
I wouldn't do that, but my country, that would be
Yeah,
stupid.
I agree with you.
Listen,
shit.
bro. You don't know what you're saying, Vlad. Listen, bro.
What?
Fuck you.
That's funny, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
when we're in power, we're definitely not going to leave it up to choice or voting or nothing like that. You know,
I don't know. Maybe the
I'm just
Russians
fair
really
warning you
didn't hack
all.
it.
You know.
Maybe the Russians
Yeah,
really
I
did hack the system.
actually agree with you 1000% that shit is so rigged. It's not funny, man. Come on, man. They wanted Trump to be in there already. That whole voting and the whole shit on stage and you putting ballots in boxes, that's all a scam. Because they know that they always pick people that are going to be really close and equal. And so therefore they can play with it better if it's closer to each other. So if, say, my example would be if one president was voted 70% and the other one candidate was voted 30%, it'd be harder to fuck with those numbers. But, you see like when the results come out per state, it's really close and they fuck around with it, the government, just to make sure that Trump wins. You know what I mean? I know that's what they do. And it's been proven already. They've been proven in Florida, they fucked up the numbers. Remember that? I think with Obama or whatever, to make it so he won.
It was George Bush.
Or George Bush, yeah. Sorry, I might have got it wrong. Or George Bush, yeah, absolutely. That's right. You're right.
I think they did it with Obama too, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure with Obama. I'm not sure with Obama, but you're right about George Bush.
I think that they've been doing it. Well, I've had speculation that they've been doing it since George Bush. You know what I mean? But they probably have always been doing this. You know, it's probably always been this way.
I think so too, because I mean, when they fudge with the numbers, right, at close levels, right, and they know that he lost, but yet they claim that he won. You know, And it's like, what the fuck, man? The guy lost. Yet somehow he's the leader because they said they already counted it and said yes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, right.
I'm
You know
happy
what's
with
rigged,
everything.
man.
I'm happy with everything every president has ever did to America, because it's all ushering in my rule and my reign.
Oh, okay. I just don't like them going to war with people and all that sort of shit. And the whole hurting of people in other countries, man. That sort of stuff I don't like about America, but everything else is fine.
We have to be able to live with the reality that we're in. All of these
Yeah.
things happen, and it's only one way that they're going to stop happening. But when we get our time, then that's when it'll happen. You know what I
Dude,
mean? Other
you're a
time.
reasonable. Dude, you're the most reasonable. I don't know what. I'm taking it you're a Hebrew Israelite.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Or
This is like the fourth time I've heard this in 2 days.
I have said that too. I said the same thing.
I'm sorry if I got it wrong, but you're the most reasonable one I've got to say that I've ever talked to. Like,
it's because of Jesus Christ.
Man, you're pretty cool. I got to say, man. You're
a
not
lot of my brothers, they subconsciously believe in a covenant that the Ruach Kodesh is not bearing witness to at this time. You see what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And that's fine. That's I'd rather them have any faith than no faith at all. But it's all a race, even amongst us, who's going to rule and reign. You see what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, because it speaks about the Mashiach giving one talent, then one person 5 and one person 10. And the people who are not doing good with their talents, they're going to, in a sense, hand their power over to me. I'm going to have, authority over more cities than they're going to have. It's just like slavery time. A person could have a big plantation, or a person could have, one slave. That type of thing. So the more you're like Christ, then the more authority you're gonna have in the earth.
Yeah, that's cool, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
At least he's nice, man. He's not like.
Yeah, I don't have to be mean to you. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
Yeah. I won't be rude to you either, man. Like, I respect that, bro. Like, honestly,
Right.
it's fine. I'd rather learn.
I have this saying, and this is the problem with the Gentiles, which you all are Gentiles, right?
I understand.
And then this is the problem with the Hebrews, right? The Gentiles are too prideful, and the Hebrews are too unforgiving. You see what I mean?
Okay.
And when these two sides correct themselves, you get this perfect like this, to the point where I'm telling you that I'm going to be your president and you're going to like me, and you're like, well, that's cool, man. You see what I mean? Like, that's how it's supposed to be. But when other Hebrew Israelites talk to you, they say, hey, you're going to kiss my ass and you're going to wipe the floor, and all of this old stuff.
Like, they're really rude, and then they say, "Oh, you're white," which I'm not really white. Sort of in between. I'm caramel, right? That's because of my mixed race.
But it's understandable, because the Mashiach says this: "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." So I'm a big guy on prophecy. Like, if a Hebrew Israelite is cursing you out and treating you very bad, it's very possible that when the shoe was on the other foot, meaning like your ancestors might have been the ones who were hanging people. And this is the backlash of that. But then, like, the Quakers, the ones who wasn't doing that, like, those are the ones who meet me and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. It's weird like that. Because the Mashiach says that. He said the first should be last, the last should be first. He that goeth into captivity, right? I mean, he that putteth into captivity shall go into captivity. You see what I mean? Like, this is just like a balance. You know what I mean? So I think that might be some of what's going on with that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because I get usually I just get abused by the Hebrew Israelites just for not even saying anything. I didn't even say I don't believe in your religion. I didn't say anything, and they just abuse. Hey, man, hey, what color are you? Like, I guess, yes, you're white. Yes, you've been let, and yes, you've been, and then they start being really rude, right? And it's like, man, the ruder you get, like, being rude, okay, all you do is you negate your position from being listened to by me. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, and you're not like that, which is a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing, bro. Good way to be. Because that way you don't negate your position from being
It's
heard.
very interesting because
Yeah,
it's interesting. It's like it just reminds me of like sometimes I watch slave movies and stuff, right? And I have brothers who like, I get it. They're not gonna understand it. You know, you've been trying to save these people. You know what I mean? They say this all the time, and it reminds me of like, the slave white people from back in the day. Like, you can't teach those niggers nothing, and those niggers are the devil. It's like a role reversal. You know what I'm saying? It's just real tripped out.
yeah, man. I get you. I'm listening to you, bro. Yeah. So why can I ask you, why are the other Hebrew Israelites here so fucking rude, man?
You say, why are they what?
So fucking rude. Like,
Well,
they
I
just
mean,
really
they
drill
have
you, man, for no reason.
a
You
lot
know,
of them
like,
haven't. A lot of them haven't learned Christ yet. Just because you're a Hebrew Israelite, that doesn't mean that you learn Christ. Hebrew Israelite is a culture. You know what I mean? Like
oh, okay.
you know what I mean? Like this particular stock of people is they're ordained to rule the world, but if they don't receive Christ, then they're just going to be cast out to outer darkness. I mean, like, they're just going to be like everybody else. You see what I mean? And they're going to be kicking themselves because, like the scripture says, to the Yehudi first, or to the Jew first, and then to
Yeah.
the Gentile. You see what I mean? So they're getting the oracles of what they are in line to get the oracles of God first. This is how I have the understanding of the language and stuff like that. Yah is
Yeah,
showing
right.
me these things. But if you're not in Christ, then none of that happens to you. You see what I mean? Like, you don't get anything. You just, trampled under the feet of men, so to speak. So that Christ is love. That's what the Mashiach teaches. It's times where he's harsh towards Gentiles, but it's one thing that he can't resist, and that's humbleness. Every
Yeah.
Gentile that he talked to, every single one that he talked to, he would call, yeah, you're a dog, and he would say these same type of things. But when they
Yeah.
displayed that humbleness, he can't deny it. It's like, okay, I have to teach you now, or I have to bless you, or whatever you want, because he can't not be
Let's
himself.
see. There's a question. Does 0.9 continued equal 1?
No.
You stole my spotlight, fucker.
It can be counted as one for certain things, but it's not true one.
I'll go deeper to that. There's no such thing as 0.9 continued.
Well, there is when you're talking finances, like the price of gasoline per dollar. It's never rounded off to a complete dollar. It's always 9.999.
Yeah, that's true, eh? I wondered about that, eh?
That can't be true, because then you will always owe. You would never finish paying.
But isn't that the truth? We're always buying gas.
It can't. I've never been to a gas station where it said 0.999999999. They don't have a big enough sign for that.
Right, but I'm saying when you're dispensing the gas at the pump, after you select, say premium,
it will, as it's going through the very last point, like after it saves, like here it's 307 a gallon for premium right now. When I just filled up, it said $3.079 on it, on the price,
Yeah.
right above where it says the amount and money.
Right. That's how much. That's how many. That's how many gallons you got.
No, it's not on the gallons. It's on the
down to the fraction. Down to the fraction of a gallon.
But it wasn't going to the gallon. It was going to the dollar amount, though.
No, it wasn't. It was going to.
I'll
It was
take a
going.
picture of it next time I'm there.
Okay.
That's something I've always wondered because, like, I've noticed
You
in California and Arizona.
How much money did you pay?
$3.07 a gallon. I put $20.
No. How much did you pay total?
$20. I put $20.
All right. Okay. So did you see $20 on anything when you were pumping gas?
Yeah.
That's how much you paid. The other number was telling you how much gas you put in your car. Down to the fraction.
All right, dude. I'll agree to disagree because I don't have the thing to show you. It's on the it was on the receipt too. I just don't have it with me. I had to turn it into the boss. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got paid. But.
Do you know what I'm saying is how it's supposed to go?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's something that I've noticed. Also, something like the
show it again.
Highway tax that California adds to the gas. That's why it's always more expensive in California than it is in Arizona.
Yeah. I mean, gas is more different prices at each station. What do you mean?
Downvoted for using the M word? Is that what you said, Benny?
Let me see. I'm on the phone and stuff. Really. Hold on one second.
Hey, you know what? Nigger. It's a word.
You know that word just means black. That's all that word means.
I thought it meant
No, it doesn't. You all want to know what that word actually means and where it comes from?
Yeah, from negro.
You want to know where that word comes from and what it? You want to know where that word comes from and what it really means?
Sure.
There you go. Hey, somebody's on it. What word is that you just said when you said nigar or negeb or neged?
That's one of the old Latin words used to describe the land of Egypt.
Yeah, that's interesting, but that's not really what it means. I mean, I can explain it if you all
I looked
like
up the etymology, and it was like the
you can explain. Let him explain.
The dark black, and then
I want to hear his side.
All right, so look, check this out. I'm gonna help y'all out, okay?
All right, bro.
So negeb, right? It means south, and what south really means is underneath you. You see what I mean? These are Hebrew words. Negeb, negeb, right, means underneath you, right? The south. Neged, right, is talking about what's in front of you, but it's really talking about the sun, like the path of the sun. So, like when you see the sun is in front of you. That's what it's talking about. Nagar, right, is kind of talking about the sunset, like when the sun goes down. So then this is where they get the dark connotation for nigar, but it's really talking about sunset. And these are spiritual terms. Neg, right? Neg means like to dawn. You see what I mean? Like the dawning of your mind or the dawning of the sun, this type of thing. So then you're talking about the path of that and when that ends. That's what nigar is representing.
Benny.
So you got negad, neged, negeb, nagar.
Benny, I was saying that I do understand certain things about the sky, right?
So it pretty much just means dark, black, right?
So basically, Benny shared this fucking stream on 4chan.
In particular, sunset.
Yeah,
the dusk, the failing.
Because we have words for that. Like we have words for black, and it ain't that word.
No, I think Vlad was in agreement with me
What?
when we were talking about the color blue. Like Benny shared this shit on 4chan poll, and now the 4chaners are commenting on our stream.
Oh, are they? Well, no. Yeah, I can see your text. Yeah. What are they saying?
If you
Grab that for me.
Over the question people don't have. No, listen. Okay, they got to understand. Right? They.
If you do not understand
Okay.
understand the sky,
How long you do?
It was. This is Jim's fault, right? You got to get Jim in here and explain himself so they can see him
oh
talk
no,
about.
please don't,
it.
no, because I mean, per person, you said you've known him for years, right? I've known him for about a year. I mean, you know how he is. You know that he likes to talk. He interrupts constantly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather talk to fucking Tifa.
I don't know Tifa very well, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what the word "sir" comes from?
No, I don't actually.
It's another Hebrew word. It means to chasten. So then we say "sir" to people who chasten you, people who have dominion over you. Is a sir. It's very interesting that English is a pretty fairly new language. Of course, a lot of its words have to be adopted from other cultures then.
well, yeah, English is like a modge podge of like all the other languages.
And have you guys ever seen anything written in Old English though?
No.
Well, look at look up Old English and see what it was like. See how much the English language has evolved over time.
Like,
You know what, man? I have my copy of Beowulf with me. Maybe I'll put it on camera.
What's going on?
What's going on?
See, that's Old English. I mean, can you guys understand this?
Like Latin.
So here's my copy of Beowulf. On the left page, it has the Old English translation, and then the right one, it has it in modern English. Same for modern English, Old English.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, and the life, fellas.
Benny, what do you care? I mean, like the first time I got tested, I was like 6 years old. but I've taken a few others throughout my life. Well, you know, tell her
Whose
to join us.
channel is this? I want to look at it on YouTube. How do I find it?
You made a 4chan post of this hangout, Benny? Are you at least going to show us the post?
Benny, show how many views our Ashton Birdie video got. You know, because you posted the link on fucking 4chan. That's right, man. Over 130 dislikes.
Not really.
How many likes did it have, Benny? Like 10 likes and 130 dislikes? Oh, Izu, he said he posted the link to his YouTube. He sent you the link to his YouTube channel.
Yeah, I got it.
Ben.
Ben's Jewish. I don't know, how do I say your name? Yuzu?
Yes, Yazoo.
Yuzu.
Is that
okay,
short
cool.
for like Izu Chuku?
Say it again.
Is that short for like Izu Chuku? Because I had a friend called Izu once. He was Nigerian.
Yuzu is cool.
Yazoo means active brightness or sprinkle his.
Izu Chuku Elechi, he was Nigerian, but you know, we would call him Izu. And yeah, it was spelled with a Y too. YZU, yeah.
Yazoo. Yazoo Shetifa. Yazoo reference sprinkling, and Shetifa represents a flood.
Izu, do you get along with Anu?
No, Anu doesn't like spiritual things. When I talk to him about spiritual things, he says he's not into spookism, which is understandable. If you're not a spook, you know, then you're not going to be into spookism. Like a lot of the terms that's being used about ghosts and spirits and spooks, like the Hebrew Israelites, the true ones, are those things. Like Jesus definitely will be called a spook if he can multiply fish and walk on water and stuff like that.
You know, spook is used as a derogatory word towards black people, right?
I didn't hear you say it again.
The word spook is used as a derogatory term towards black people.
Yeah, I know that.
Who you calling spook?
I embrace that movie. I embrace that word though. It's saying that you're a ghost or someone's scared of you.
Back to the Future one.
What was that, Benny? Did you say something?
Like spooky.
Yeah, he said someone called us fags, right? Like,
Nicola DV called us fags. I'm fucking. Oh mate, I'm gonna rage quit. Nicola, I'm so fucking angry right now. Oh, he's Croatian. Oh, Kakosi.
I fucked a Croatian bitch once.
Vlad, did I tell you that my brother took his DNA test and I told him he has Balkan ancestry?
Tell him Kakosi from me. Say Nicola.
You know how you told
Vlad
me,
says Kakosi.
You know how you told me that you thought I was from Serbia at first, or one of those?
Yeah.
Like there we go. He has a
there you go.
That Balkan ancestry.
And tell him we're not fags, and tell him jebenta boga pas. Jebenta pizda.
What do you call an annoying monk? A Budapest.
Oh, that person's not.
Yeah, a lot of people showing up.
I want to see
Benny,
the
do you work
4chan
for
post.
Anonymous?
Benny. Yeah, do you work for Anonymous? Benny?
Then why do you use
why-
4chan?
Yeah,
Who works for Anonymous, really?
probably. If he did, he would never ever let us know.
But no, seriously, who
Benny.
works for Anonymous? It's Anonymous.
Benny, was it you who leaked the Tom Cruise video back in the day when Anonymous was at war with Scientology?
That was great. That's fucking funny, man. I'm sorry. No, it wasn't me. I like how he just goes, nah, it wasn't me. It's like,
Do you know who it was?
Who was it?
Were you the guy who led the raids in Habbo Hotel?
No wonder he gets kicked for mentioning that game.
They find the killer of Triple X.
Isn't Triple X a porno?
I think so.
I thought we were talking how.
Fucking hell, man. Perth is so cold in the morning. Fucking hate it.
It's winter there now, right?
Yeah, it just gets shitty cold morning. It's like a desert. What does it say, Benny? I want to say that. Yeah, I want to see. Maybe he's Ustasha destroys everything. Tell him. Fucking. Tell him. Why would you say that? Ask him. Why would you say that, Ustasha? Why would you use that word? Yeah, this is like old shit that the grandfathers used, man. They used to threaten each other. You know what I mean? That's a stupid thing, Ustasha.
Immortal.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, what up, Ben?
Giving you Immortal.
You bent a pizda, mate.
I think he should forgive you.
I think Nicholas should come on panel and explain himself why Ustasha is so fucking.
Where did Wazoo go?
Look, man, if true Croat, you don't even need to use Ustasha. That's just making Croats look bad.
I'm so fucking
Ask him if he's squatting while typing that shit.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, didn't he? Wouldn't his?
Oh,
like,
you bent in matter. You bent. You bent a mother. You bent a. You bent in matter. You bent a pizza, mate. You bent a boga pass. I like this Croatian guy. He's cool. In 4chan.
Where's Mr. Batman?
Man, I bet Benny sits at his computer with a hoodie, wearing a Guy Fawkes mask, in case the NSA is spying on his camera.
fucking Anon, bro. No.
That's fucking Benny. I bet he does sit there with a hoodie and a Guy Fawkes mask. You should come on camera like that one day, Benny. At least no one would know who you are. No, he doesn't. Benny, show 4chan thing.
Hello, leaders of Scientology. We are anonymous. Over the years, we have been watching you. Your campaigns of misinformation, your suppression of dissent, your literature. All of these things have caught our eye. With the leakage of your latest propaganda video into mainstream circulation.
Hello, this is Ben.
That was fucking funny, man. That was so random. Oh, man. So, Benny, show the 4chan post. I want to see it.
trust you as leaders has been made clear to us. Anonymous has therefore decided that your organization should be destroyed. For the good of your followers, for the good of mankind, and for our own enjoyment, we shall proceed to expel you from the internet and systematically dismantle the Church of Scientology in its present form. We recognize you as serious opponents, and do not expect our campaign to be completed in a short time frame. However, you will not prevail forever against the angry masses of the body politic. Your choice of methods, your hypocrisy, and the general lawlessness of your organization have sounded its death knell. You have nowhere to hide, because you will find no recourse in attack, because for each of us that falls, 10 more will take the of the many who may decry our methods as parallel to those of the Church of Scientology. Those who espouse the obvious truth that your organization will use the actions of Anonymous as an example of the persecution of which you have for so long warned your followers. This is acceptable to Anonymous. In fact, it is encouraged. We are your SPs. Over time, as we begin to merge our pulse with that of your church, the suppression of your followers will become increasingly difficult to maintain.
Shalom. This is your high priest. Wow.
Benny, was it you who made it?
It wasn't me. What was it?
You're telling me that Ben works for Anonymous?
Yeah, look, no. You know who Ben works for? Look at his T-shirt.
Look at it.
Did you see his shirt? He works for the government, man.
This shirt freaked out Zulu. Zulu was like, "Oh man, that's Illuminati. That's Illuminati."
Let me take a picture of that, man.
That is a cool shirt.
This was the shirt I was.
Fendi.
I had this shirt in my office when they told us we were going business casual. I was like, I was trying to like, sorry, this is what I wore to work today. Oh well.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, no,
you know, with your wedding ring, Ben, and that eye makes me think of the Eye of Sauron.
Yeah. Hey, if we get one of those conspiracy guys in here, they'll be freaking.
Yeah, you do. You do work for the government, man. That's what you're doing. You're just subliminally telling us that to keep us under control, and that you're watching us, and not to say anything against the government. We all support Trump in here. We all love him. Okay.
One Ben to rule them all.
That's right.
Yes, the left eye is blind, but the right eye sees all.
We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you. Everyone needs an all-seeing eye T-shirt from Thailand.
See, he's throwing up all the signs. He's got that OK 666 symbol.
The whole thing.
Flying up right there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's all craziness, right? Keep the crazy people away. Crazy signs, keep the crazies away. Hard to do. Hard to write letters backwards, but even I can do it.
Is that a secret Illuminati fucking letter? Oh my god.
Whatever you want it to be.
66C, probably. I'm really just 666.
Whatever you want it to be. It's a Hamsa. It's a Vlad would know. It's a hand with an eye in it. It's like Middle Eastern good luck sign. But this is like a tip on it from Thailand.
Yeah, it's
buying it.
Bognochu. Yeah, it depends on which country you come from. Well, that's Turkish.
Yeah, I learned it as called a Hamsa. Like a good luck sign.
Yeah.
Hand with an eye.
Yeah, the big. They usually like the Greeks, Maltese, Lebos, Turks, and Turkish have it.
Dude, did you see that? Oculus.
Yeah.
What a coincidence, right?
Coincidence? You think there were coincidences? Mm.
You know what? You guys work together, don't you?
We do. We work together. It's the international conspiracy.
Yeah.
I figured it all out.
I don't know Oculus.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Look into my eye.
Holy shit! I'm opening my third eye just looking at it.
Exactly.
I know. I
I
know.
know. Hidden messages there. I can tell you this. The eyes have it. Aye, sir.
That's amazing.
Amazing. The eye knows. I knows. Benny, you should have an eye in the middle of your ball. That would be cool, like a little eye. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, do it. Evolve, Benny. Evolve. You fucking evolve, bro.
Good.
Oh, there we go.
That's sweet. Dan, Goran has to forgive you. He hasn't forgiven you.
And it's even the right eye.
Yeah. That's cool. Vlad, I like your symbol thing. That's a cool vehicle.
That's my bike. I built that.
Made of wood.
I know.
Yeah, man.
It's got to be kind of a harsh ride now.
That's a new green motorbike.
That's an indigibike, all right? Indigibike. It's an indigenous bicycle.
I think that's a bike that you're gonna fall on your face with if you're not careful.
Nah, man, you know it's safe. Check out the tread that I made on the wheels. Come on, man. Give me some credit.
Oh, I will. All depends how much you're
Oh,
gonna
that's
ride.
just art.
Wait, live in Australia, so I would not be riding that around.
The Indigibike.
Why not?
Benny, mwah.
Scary.
Yeah, but that's safe, man. It's safe. It's fine. Look at the handlebars.
Benny, can you play a song that I made?
I can ride my bike with no handlebars. No handlebars.
The one that I showed you, man.
Oh yeah, he must play a different song. Okay, play that song.
Fine.
Has Tifa been implicated in Triple X's death?
Even Triple F's a Tifa now, man.
Even
What do
what?
you mean Triple X? Are you guys talking about Extination?
Whatever the name, the fuck the name is.
Oh, that dude. I love that guy.
But I mean, I kind of read a little bit into him, and I mean, he has this fucking history of violence and crime and whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just like
That's what I said yesterday. You probably owed money for drugs or fuck someone's bitch, man.
Yeah, both and all.
One or the other.
I told Benny that I think he was killed by someone he knows, right? So
he got murdered. I haven't even looked it up. Did he get murdered or did he kill himself?
No, he got murdered.
Oh, okay. The other guy, Little Peep, like that was very similar. He took a bunch of Xanax. I think it was laced with fucking fentanyl though. That killed him.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that Little Peep was white. Yeah, that killed him. He was like 21.
X-Tentation. What kind of name is that? I don't get it. X-Tentation.
I don't know. It wasn't meant to last, apparently.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you run your mouth about other people and then not expect to get shot up.
Well, some rappers have done it, but I guess some rappers have got shot up, but they still live.
Well, I never heard of him until yesterday.
Neither did I.
I mean, it's probably one of the rappers I dislike the most, right?
It's like an emo core version of rap.
I'll have to listen to some now, just because. Just because.
Yeah, I see some of his videos. I'm not that surprised he died though. Fuck him.
How old was he?
I think 22.
Oh.
Maybe 20.
I mean, that's sad of himself when a 22-year-old.
He didn't even make it to Club 27.
mean, Jesus made it to 33. Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Lil Peep made it to like 23, I think. I don't remember now, but in the 20s.
Fuck, man.
Well, what about that rapper Offset from Migos? I guess there's a story going around right now that he's like 111 years old because he got in a car accident and they messed up on his like paperwork or something, and his birth date says 1907.
Oh, really? He's old. Huh? Fuck.
And he's weird looking too.
111. Fuck.
Yeah.
And he's rapper. The world's oldest rapper. That would make him.
I mean,
Yeah, but I think it was a mess up on. He was born like 87 or something.
Yeah, probably not too many people left from 1907 hanging around, I wouldn't think. Not too many.
Especially driving around in Ferraris and wrecking them, and sipping on lean and smoking the ganja, and parlaying up in the
I like
hills.
I'm kind of a fanboy with Tupac. He died when he was like 25, though. And then Biggie Smalls died when he was like 24, I think.
Now, I don't know.
They all die. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them die young.
What did Billy Joel say? Only the good die young. Released a song like that.
No, I've heard that song. I just think a lot of them were assholes, though, so I don't know if that song really applies.
It's more about like Catholic girls than death, I think. Trying to run through the lyrics in my brain. Come out, Virginia, don't make me wait. Catholic girls start much too late. Sooner, yeah. It's more about like growing up Catholic or something.
Right, I would know. You're older than me, and that's not a diss either. I just don't know.
Yeah, I could be your dad probably, for Christ's sake.
How old are you? 46?
56, 50,
Oh, yeah.
55. I'll be 56.
Okay, you definitely be my dad, like a year, like 10 years old over.
Yeah.
Bro,
You're like my dad's age, dude.
How old are you?
Could be your dad. What?
I don't know. I don't know my dad, but you would be his age.
How old are you again?
Because my mom's like 54, so he would be like 56.
Yeah, that's my age.
I'm gonna make your mother suck my dick.
In Harlem?
In
Harlem? Harlem.
Oh, shit.
I'm in Harlem.
I'm gonna show your mother 10.5 inches of big black dick.
Oh, God.
In Harlem?
The Harvard.
Yeah.
Harlem? Do you own 2 houses?
I got 2 apartments in New York.
2 apartments, New York. In Harlem. You can only live in one, though.
Let me see your house.
Okay.
It's a trailer. Don't lie.
I'll beat your ass too.
You got to get more. You got to get more of the Perry.
Don't play with me at all.
I'm surprised because I haven't heard him say anything like that before. That's hilarious. Talk about Hebrew Perry.
Hebrew Perry, the prophet. It's your time. Your time, enjoy it. White people's time, ours is coming. Ours is coming.
And he has all these voice clips. He's like, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you, etc.
Yeah, kind of his thing.
What is this?
Is that dead rapper?
Oh, it's that dead nigga? Is that XX10Nation? He's dead? They got him.
See that.
Yeah, man. That's the one.
I don't want
to drive
I said to this guy yesterday, I go, obviously he wasn't robbed. And then he goes, oh, yes, he was because his bag was taken. I go, Man, if you're gonna rob that guy, right?
What county was that? San
You wouldn't.
Bernardino?
You wouldn't have shot him. You would have got him out the car and stolen his car, right? You would have grabbed. That's what a robbery is. He got murdered because he owes money. I bet you, or fuck someone around, or fuck someone's chick. Yeah.
It's from
Yeah,
Florida.
they took a bag, bro. That's not a robbery, man. It's not a. I know they took a red bag. Apparently, they did. That's not a robbery, man. If it was a robbery, they would have got him out the car and taken his car with that bag in it. I mean, look what he's fucking driving, for fuck's sake. As if they're ever getting a chance like that again to get a car like that. I mean, go back and check out his car, man, what he's got.
That nigga died with like blonde.
Yeah, so obviously it was for fucking revenge. Look at his driving. Look at it. As if you're not going to try and rob him for that if your motive was robbery, right? As if. You'd go get out the fucking car with a gun and he'd take his car with that bag in it. He'd be left fucking go, give me your wallet, your watch.
I guarantee
that's a robbery, man.
I guarantee it was like a fan that was like tired of his shit music. He got like sick of it.
I bet you.
And then they get charged for beating up an ex-girlfriend, right?
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
It was a beef. It was a rapper beef.
I've heard about them, but I don't believe. I'm not sure, man. Yeah, because they reckon they found that other rapper that hates him around the corner with the same gun that shot him. That Soldier X.
Honestly,
or
right? If if I had a woman, who was like a cousin of mine, family member or something, and some black guy beat her up, and he was still living large, I would go shoot him too.
Was there a person in the passenger seat?
Yeah, like with Tupac. They said one of them had a mask. The guy didn't get shot at? That was beside him? What the fuck?
Oh, there were two shooters. Okay. No, that's it. It's a fucking gang hit. He's in blood territory.
I didn't even know it was a.
It was a setup for fucking talking shit.
Oh. Well, look, his hair looks fucking. Oh, is it blue? It looks fucking blonde to me. Oh no, I do see blue. Never mind. I'm retarded.
Blue, and they split that fucker's wig.
Blue with a little bit of red at the end, I guess. What the fuck?
Well, that's brains.
Is that the brain? Oh my god. It's blurry.
I don't think it's the back of his neck. He's leaning back.
It's either like a rapper beef, like you were saying, something like that. It'd be something like that, bro. You know what he was saying. It's not a robbery, man. Someone said yesterday it was a robbery. As if you're gonna rob someone, you wouldn't have to kill him, number one, right? And take a bag while the guy drives a fucking $500,000 car. You know what I mean? Look at it.
I actually did like some of his music. I'm not even gonna lie. Why not 50 Cent or someone who sucks now?
If that's a robbery, they're the world's shittest. That's the world's shittest robbery, man.
Like, kill off all the shit rappers. Why do you go after this guy?
He was one of the shit rappers.
Well, he's just starting out, though. He's just starting his career. Like, why don't they go after the fucking, real shit rappers?
Well, that was part of the thing. He just started, and he wanted to start a bunch of beef like everybody else that's been in the game for about a year and got beef started.
Oh, you're right.
Well, like, how Dre says, he does what he can to try to keep things peaceful. I mean, he doesn't try to start no beef.
I got love for Bob. I didn't even know who the man was. You feel me? We out here handling business. We out here getting money, bro. We don't got no time for none of this shit that's going on. But listen, all my condolences go to the man's family and whatnot. Yeah, I just gotta get on the gram and let y'all know what it is.
The guy in the video, he did. It probably was some of the motherfucker just killed him. Oh shit! So
And firearm matches.
he's probably in shit, man. Why the fuck would you upload a video then? How stupid are people, dude?
Oh, it's social media, dude.
Well, I guess, but I mean, what the fuck? I mean, he's just gonna get arrested faster.
Maybe he don't care. Maybe it's all about street cred on, you know, who can get the most arrests in the shortest amount of time.
He enjoys like fucking San Quentin. No, okay, it was in Florida, so I won't be San Quentin. He enjoys jail though.
Yeah.
I just hope people learn. Oh, sorry, I'm hearing back. I sound loud on someone's end.
Oh, that's probably my end because I have a cheap ass laptop. Hang on, let me fucking.
Is it okay though? Am I killing you?
Is
Let me lower
what?
What's that, bro? I didn't hear it. I was just gonna say I hope there's no. Well, there was gonna be new rappers that come along. I guess they're gonna be shitty too, and they're probably gonna get killed. It's like an epidemic, I guess. I mean, other rappers got shot at, like 50 Cent, Tupac. You know, well, Tupac's dead now, but he took like fucking 11 bullets in general, all counting them all together. I just don't get that culture. Tupac may have deserved it to some extent, yeah. I mean, then Biggie, I don't know about Biggie, but Biggie died too. He got shot all up when he went to LA. That's what started the whole West Coast and East Coast beef thing with the rap.
I'm glad I ignored that shit. You didn't feed into it, the rap, the East Coast, West Coast thing. Not so much. Yeah, well, that wasn't like a big part of it.
One thing that was interesting. I'm sorry, bro. If you're not done, sorry.
No, go ahead. It went right over my head. The whole.
No, I was gonna say NWA. You know, niggas with attitude, not the hard.
There was the guy with the block. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I mean, you had Eazy-E, you had Ice Cube, Dr. Dre. They were all from the West Coast. Yeah.
Okay.
There was this guy, I forget his name. I think he was Jewish, but he actually, you know, he put them on. Like he gave them when no one else wanted to really actually put them on, and he gave them a chance. So they were pretty good. Give me Iveen. I'm not sure, to be honest. Benny, I'd have to look it up. The guy's dead now, I think. But they were pretty good. It was a good. I mean, Ice Cube's good. I think Ice Cube's even a good actor. So.
Might have even seen him in some movies.
Well, Ice Cube put out that one song where he's like "fuck the police" or something like that.
That sounds maybe vaguely familiar.
Yeah. I mean, it rhymed. I mean, they got a lot of fame back then. It's pretty dead now, I guess, unless you're into like '90s rap and stuff.
Not so much. I could start, I guess.
But I mean, today's rap is just shit, in my opinion. Like auto-tune constantly. It's just garbage.
Even Explanation?
I liked him because I felt like he had a different style, sort of Lil Peep, but it's like emo, sort of. Like they incorporate like an emo element. If you know what emo, you probably know what emo means, but I mean,
I know what it means, but I'm not really familiar with any.
it was sort of weird, but it's something other rappers haven't done, so that's why they got pretty popular off of it.
Okay,
But that's
different
how,
kind.
yeah.
I think you could buy like a parcel of land and then just put up a yurt. Yurts are pretty cheap.
You think so?
Yeah, put up a yurt somewhere.
I would do that probably. I would on it. I feel like I could live the hermit life.
Yeah, what the hell? Live cheap, you know? Get me a yurt. Get me a yurt.
My only issue is, I guess, the food because I do like. I'm not fat, but I like what I like pizza, like tacos, macaroni. So I can't eat grass. Shit
Well,
like
you
that.
live near a town or something, you know?
Maybe.
I live in Harlem. Like Perry. Perry lives in Harlem.
Harlem, New York.
Upper Manhattan, 140th Street, 7 for Lennings.
Oh shit! You must know Big L. Well, Big L's dead too.
I thought Big L was on West Coast.
Oh no! Big L's from Harlem.
Oh, really? I thought Big L said we was from California.
Big L, the rapper, not the.
Not the asshole on, not the guy on Periscope, whatever we're on.
No, that guy could freestyle. Did he? How old is Perry?
I'm guessing he's like almost 40. That's what I would say.
Okay, you could have known him then. That's cool.
It's your time. Our time's coming. Enjoy it. You may as well enjoy it.
One of the rappers.
Dealing with a different breed here.
I was gonna say I like Nas too, right? Or Nas, however you want to spell it. Nas is pretty good.
Different breed.
DMX is kind of good. I don't like all of his music though. I don't even know how old he is. He's probably in his 40s. But still, yeah, he's still decent though. Cocaine diet. Did you see any of you remember the Outlaws, right? Tupac's gang before, Death Row disbanded and all. I've heard them try to do some raps on their own. I think it's not Gaddafi because he died when he was like 19. It's the other guys that were in his. One guy turned Muslim. Yeah, the Outlaws. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I don't remember their names exactly. Outlaws Immortal, yeah. But they go under different names now. Well, they go under the same names, but they don't go under that brand. Mussolini. Gaddafi's dead, so no, not Gaddafi. Idi Amin maybe, yeah. Mussolini, one of them. Yeah, I know. One of them became a Muslim. I think that was the one that was from California. I don't think they're all Muslims, are they? Is that recent? I didn't know Hussein Fatal died. What the fuck? Holy shit. They were good. I don't care what anyone said. Tupac's crew, that's real rap. And you thought they were trash, bro? I fucking loved them. I thought they were good. Wu-Tang is good. I don't really like their voices, though. Or at least a few members. Benny, if you didn't like Tupac and Outlaws, did you like Biggie at all? Thought he had a good flow or whatever. I would agree. Yeah. I just feel like Tupac put duration into his songs. Now, I honestly just still want to say Tupac, but maybe I'm just a fan. Out of the new wave, I haven't really listened to a lot of the new wave. I did like Lil Peep, liked his music before he died. I mean, I still like his music, but Takesha. No, oh, Tekashi. Tekashi. Okay. I don't pay much attention to the new stuff. Well, if I do, then it's like the really, really new stuff, and apparently it's like emo shit. I'm sorry. I think we're taking up the whole hangout here, talking about rap. If anyone wants to say something, go ahead.
Rap one. It's a rap hang. Hey, Immortal, Jim's around. I saw him.
Immortal Heat.
Chillbilly. You know him, Craze, don't you? Have you spoken to Christian Hillbilly? Sir?
Are you asking if I've spoken to Christian? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's always around.
Yeah, he ran away earlier.
Oh, he was, would someone ask him a question he wouldn't answer? He usually does. He ends up quitting after a while. Well, sir, you're going to hell. Oh, it won't be fun. Oh, you think it's going to be a party there? Benny. I can tell you, it will not be fun. You will not like it. You're going to be there forever. Nah, I didn't block him. Hey, I toyed with the idea. Nah. All right, man, what do you think? Well, where's his profile? Mr. Batman, Mr. Batman? I think it's his new thing. Little strange, the obsession with Batman. Oh, okay. What do you think? Look, this house. I could own it. Unless Charleston. Don't need air conditioning. Move out of Dodge. Yeah, well. This profile. I think is this the Batman, Mr. Batman? Yeah, I followed him actually. I think I followed him. He's got one follower and it's me. Benny the Gangster. Jim, join. Information equals intelligence. Mr. Batman. Street preaching at the farmer's market. Oh, that's got to be good. Here he is, street preaching.
Who? Christian Hillbilly.
Yes, this is him. Without the sound.
You should have him at the one at the Gay Pride Parade. That's the best. Check him out, man, with a Bible.
This is on his
Check him out, man.
On Google Plus.
Oh God, really?
Yeah. Has his Bible open, got things marked. Look at that little nice sticky pad.
He's probably screaming out in the street, man, preaching.
Well, sir,
I honestly want to play my song. Can I do that until he fucking joins?
Who does?
Jim, I guess. Hillbilly.
What are they saying on 4chan? What are they saying on 4chan?
Wait, did you just? Oh no. You.
It's got to be pretty strange. It's like this fat man wearing a Batman outfit is walking around with his Bible, yelling at people. Pretty scary.
I just want to make sure you guys. You want me to play my song or no? Will that be interrupted? You want me to not do it?
Sure.
No, but you might copyright.
Oh, I won't play the whole
Get
thing.
him strike.
Cut it halfway.
Yeah, but even that will get him striked.
Okay, I won't do it then.
Yeah, even like 10 seconds of it.
Doesn't seem like he's even able to talk to anyone. He's set at the farmer's market.
Yeah, because you know how he's live crazed?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you porn bomb him or like play any music, then they poof goes off. He gets a strike. Yeah.
Wow.
We used to. Well, I've seen it done to other people. I've seen someone share and play the Beatles, and them goes offline. That's him from a live hangout. That was funny to watch, though. Someone screen shared and started playing like the Beatles, and that was fucking. It was funny to watch. And within like literally 10 seconds, man, it was just because he made it like 2 rooms, like a waiting room for the guests and another room for him, where he controlled the hangout. And it was funny. You see him just drop. Yeah, you got a strike. It's an old one, man.
All right, bro. Anyway, I was just wondering.
Those two things. It's only YouTube that fucks you up with that shit, bro. Yeah.
Very much.
You can't play shit.
That there is no God. Proverbs 18:2. A fool has no desire for understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. He doesn't really know.
Christian, Jim's here.
Anybody that doesn't have absolute faith
Hold on,
in
Jim.
the absolute
This
God
is you.
creation.
Hey, Jim. Jim's here. How you doing, Jim? What's going on?
Howdy.
Howdy.
Jim, do you know what?
Well, how do you know?
Let's start.
Howdy. Well, well, howdy, Jim. How are you? Can't talk to us, Jim.
Why, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing on this fine and lovely day that the Lord has made? Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
You're great, Jim. You're great value. I've got to be there. You're so consistent. That's great. So, Jim, how is it this evening where you're at, wherever that may be? Are you having a good evening?
Howdy, Mr. Batman.
Good evening, Mr. Heathen. How are you this evening, Mr. Heathen?
Jim, I added you to that chat with Jeeves. I don't know if you noticed, because he wanted to.
We were talking.
Discuss with
Jim. We were talking before, right? Whether or not if you could see the sky is blue or the grass is green.
No, I'm back inside, Benny.
Do you really want to start that conversation all over again?
I've got to get to the bottom of this. Now, if he can see the sky is blue and the grass is green, and we can see the sky is blue and the grass is green, even though I don't have his belief, and that kind of blows his logic, you know what I mean, out of the water, right?
Sir, are you saying that you're using your senses to determine that the sky is blue?
Yes.
Great. How do you know your senses are valid? How do you know they're working properly?
Well, how do you know that the sky is blue and they're valid
Sir,
and they're
that's
working
not answering
properly?
the question. How do you know your
Yeah.
senses are valid? How do you know they're working properly? Would you like to answer that question?
Yeah, I can easily answer that, all right? Because I can just go and ask other people, right, if I'm correct. Is the sky
So
blue
when
today?
you're asking other people, sir,
Right.
about your senses, wouldn't you agree in order to understand what the other people are saying that you would have to use your senses, a set of your senses like you're hearing
Yep.
or you're seeing
Yes.
or you're touching in order to understand this type of thing, sir? So are you saying, sir, that you'd have to use your senses to validate your senses?
Yes. And, you
So
know,
do you
like
not
I can hear
understand, sir,
you.
how that is circular mentality and how that
No,
can give
because
you no answers, no way, no how?
what can I answer that? Well, I can hear you clearly and I can understand you, right?
How do you know that, sir?
Because I heard everything you just said. So that
Really?
blows that out of the water.
Did you do that through experience of your senses, sir?
Yeah, I did that. Yep.
Yep. And how do you know your senses are valid? Wouldn't you agree, sir, that there are people in this world whose senses do not function properly, whose senses are invalid?
Yeah, but that's like, you know, that doesn't mean anything. That's irrelevant to what
Well,
I'm
wait a
saying
minute.
to you.
Since we know that there are
I
people
can,
in this world whose senses are invalid, people whose senses do not function properly, do you think those people would be able to know that their senses are not functioning properly if their reasoning is invalid?
well, I'm pretty sure that a blind person knows that they're blind, right?
Sir, again, I'm not talking about being blind, sir. I'm talking about your reasoning. Are you saying, sir, that if you could not have valid reasoning, that you could reason to yourself that you don't have valid reasoning?
No, who said I had
So you
invalid
can't
reasoning?
reason. You can't come to the reasonable, objective reality that you do not have good reasoning, sir. So let me ask you again.
No,
How
I
do you
do
know that
good
your
reasoning.
senses are valid if you are depending on your senses to validate your senses?
Because I use my good reasoning to ask other people, right?
Oh,
So
wait a minute.
therefore I have
So
a
how do you know
consult
your reasoning is
subject.
valid, sir? How do you know your reasoning is valid?
How do I know my reasoning is valid? Because I can just ask someone else if the sky is blue.
Oh, wait a minute, sir.
Right?
Again, you're back to
So
using
you
your
can't.
senses to validate your reasoning. So now you're using your reasoning to validate your senses, and then you use your senses to validate your reasoning. Do you not see a problem with that, sir?
No, that just confirms my reasoning. I'm just
Oh, it
confirming
confirms
my
that you have
reasoning.
no
But
basis, sir.
you have a
Do you
circular
understand that
system set up, Vlad.
Sir, do you understand that all reasoning has to have justification? Do you understand what justification is?
Yep.
What would be your justification for your reasoning, sir?
I use my senses.
See, Vlad,
So
if
your
you start
senses,
using
sir,
circular
your
reasoning,
senses,
you put yourself in the same
are you
shoes
saying,
that
sir, I'm
Jim
sorry,
is
hang
in.
on a second, Mr. Heathen. Mr. Heathen, I'm not quite done with this toy yet.
Dan, do you want to
Again,
join the
sir,
mouse wheel
are
or what?
you saying, sir, that you're using your senses to validate your reasoning and then turning right around and using your reasoning to validate your senses? Do you not see a problem with that?
I like going on Jim's mouse wheel. It's fantastic, right? So yes, I use my senses to validate my reasoning, right?
Okay, Mr. Heathen, I'm done playing with that toy.
Oh, come on, Jim, man. The mouse wheel is good exercise, right?
Okay,
That's
so
why they put
Jim,
mouse wheels in minds,
Jim,
right?
you got your
Yes.
answer out of him, right? But how do you know that your senses are valid or have a basic
Oh.
reliability, like Darth Vader said?
That's a great question. I'm so glad you asked that question, sir, because of what's called a revelational epistemology, because God has shown us the truth, so we cannot help but know it. We know the truth. We know the facts of the situation. We know
No, you
the actual real
No, you don't.
world around us because God has shown it to us. He's made us know it. We are
you
without
know.
excuse, sir.
But Jim, I have
No,
a follow-up
you-
question though. Can I?
Sorry, you have to presup that,
Sure,
right?
go ahead, sir. Ask
So how do
away.
you-
I've got Ignat's muted.
Vlad,
Go ahead.
Vlad, hang on. How do you know that anything that God reveals to you is true, though?
Because, sir, he is the author of truth and he cannot be untruthful. He cannot be unfaithful. He is the epitome of those things.
Okay, but wait. My question was, How do you know that?
The same way that you know it, sir, because God has shown it to you. Do you not understand English?
Okay, I understand what you're saying now. Thank you.
Thank you too, sir.
So how do you know the sky's blue?
Is he not going to talk?
That's really
I'm
hunting,
happy to
man.
talk, sir. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I've got a question. How do you know the sky's blue? Ask him that. He's got me muted. He brings up the toolbox and mutes me. That's why he can't hear
Are
me.
you having a question, sir?
I will have a question. I've been waiting for my
Ask him.
moment.
Please present to me the question. I'm happy to actually help you with it.
Yes, Your Highness.
Yes, Your Highness. Well, okay, what was the question? Why is the sky blue?
How do you know the sky is blue?
How do you know that the sky is blue? Forgive me, Jim. That's the question. How do you know that the sky is blue?
Are you a sock puppet, sir? Do you like being a sock puppet?
No, because I could ask you my own
Do
question.
you like being a sock puppet, sir? Because you know what I do to sock puppets? I mute them. So this is your only warning. Do not be a sock puppet. Would you like to ask me a question? Would you like to step up to the plate, little boy, and ask me a question and not be a sock puppet? Great. Try your best.
Interrogate me first,
I love him.
I would like for you to interrogate me first. You have to impose the question first. I would like that.
Well, certainly, sir. What do you believe about how we got here, why we are here, and where we're going when we die? How's that?
Agnostic theist. I don't know exactly how we got here. I believe there's a deity of some kind. Possibly. And I don't know what's going to
So
happen.
let me ask you a question. Where do the eternal, universal, and unchanging laws of logic originate then in your worldview?
How do you know the sky's blue, Jim?
Okay, no. I want to ask. The eternal, what do you say? Eternal, universal laws of logic?
Yes, sir. The laws of logic are eternal, universal, and unchanging. Where do they originate in your worldview, sir? Where do they come from? Wouldn't you agree that science wants to know not only how things work, why they work the way they do, and what they are contingent upon? We know the laws of logic are eternal and universal. So now, what are they contingent upon, sir? Where do they come from? What is their source of origin?
He's talking about the second. He's talking about the second.
I wait with bated breath.
Okay, I don't
he's talking. He's talking about the second law, about the three laws of logic. Tell him that. You're talking about the second law, about the three laws of logic.
I wait with bated breath for your response.
Tell him
Please
that.
respond.
Well, no, I have people tell me, and I think what they're telling me is true, but I also have looked into logic itself. I don't think...
Tell him the three laws of logic are a Greek philosophical. They came from Greek philosophy. Well, ask him where the origins of where the three laws of logic came from, Craze. Ask him that.
Where are the three origins of logic coming from?
Sir, are you familiar with the three laws of logic? Do you know what they are?
Where do they stem from is what I'm asking.
Sir, I can tell you what the laws of logic are. Would you like me to explain them to you?
Ask him. He won't answer you because
sir, and I'm qualified to teach all subjects in all grades, from kindergarten to seniors in high school, sir. I can teach any subject from science to social studies. I can even teach special needs children.
I would like
qualified
to hear the three laws of logic.
Just certainly, I'd be happy to. Again, the three laws of logic are as follows. The premier law of logic is the law of identity, which states that A is A. Something is what it is, right down to its molecular level. This law not only I'm sorry, I wasn't quite done yet. This law not only allows us to identify things individually, it also allows us to create classes, categories, and labels. That is, we can not only identify an individual such as myself, but we can actually create classifications such as human beings, and then categories and labels such as male human being or old male human being such as myself. So that is the law of identity. This is the law of identity in which the law of logic on which all other laws are hinged. Again,
It's
the law
only
of non-contradiction is the next
It's
law,
non-biblical.
which states that A cannot be not A at the same time in the same relationship. The next is the law of excluded middle that states that it cannot be the case of A and not A simultaneously. It is either the case of A or it is the case of not A. It cannot be
That's
both.
why he won't
Are
answer
you
where it comes
aware of
from.
these now?
Ask him, where does it stem from? Where does it stem from? Because
Well,
it's
let's
telling him
stick
this
to
is
one, sir.
non-biblical.
Let's stick to the premier law of logic on which all other laws of logic hinge. That would be the
Wait,
law of identity. It is eternal, universal, and unchanging. Where do you think that
Ask
law?
him, because it's non-biblical, the three laws of logic. Just he should have. Oh, he left. Did he? Shit.
I was
No,
going
you
to
gotta
ask.
ask him because
I think
the logic stem from Greek philosophy, right? It's non-biblical. He's using Greek philosophical arguments in order to your presuppose. What do you call it? Make his position heard.
I think, yeah, the Greeks might have been the first to describe these in simple sentences, but I don't think what they're describing came from Greek philosophy, right? It's been there.
I thought the three laws of logic was wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Yeah, it's three laws of logic came from Greek philosophy, right?
Like the statements, right? The descriptions, but I think I take them to be features of the real world that've been there.
Yeah, but it's non-biblical, man. This was before the biblical times. They made the three laws of logic.
That's exactly true. Yeah, I don't think the Bible is exactly following the guidelines of what you think logic.
So he's using non-biblical, pre-biblical three laws of logic to make his biblical term.
Was Hillbilly in here just now?
Yeah. Ran away.
Okay, he had me blocked, the prick. Fuck him.
Oh, really?
Fag.
You pussy.
Yeah.
Thomas, but you have sock accounts too, right? Does he have all your accounts blocked?
No, I don't have. I'm only using one right now.
Like he's talking about the three.
But that's Greek. It's Greek philosophy, man.
No, I understand it fully. I understand it. I mean, have you looked into like dialetheism and stuff, like the true contradictions?
Yeah. I forgot who. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna Google it, man. I'm gonna tell you.
That ruined one of them.
Yeah, the dialetheism. Yeah.
Dude, it's not biblical, man. He's using Greek philosophy to make his argument correct.
I know. They're not mentioned in the Bible. I know.
You get what I'm saying, yeah? Right? Yeah, so that's what he's doing. That's like me using Greek philosophy to it's weird, man. Oh, he's back.
Yeah. What's the matter, little boy? Didn't like the fact that I destroyed your argument, had to eject me from the room.
Wait,
no, you use Greek philosophy, which is pre-biblical, to make your position heard. I think that's funny.
I kind of think it's funny too now if he's going to accuse me of kicking him. I hope you're not accusing me of
kicked you.
Were the ancient Greeks Christians?
I know who kicked me, sir. That's not an issue.
They believed in gods,
it's
man.
Trollololo,
and you're using their arguments.
I destroyed his position.
He
hates the fact that his foundation has been ripped out from under him, sir.
See,
Jim,
you both employ
doing.
circular reasoning, right?
You weren't even done with what you were saying. Why would I kick you?
Actually, sir,
I didn't kick you. I didn't know. I didn't.
Circular reasoning.
I don't know.
I have an absolute authority. Let me go ahead and explain that to you, sir. Do you understand that when you have a circular reasoning, you have to invoke both parties in the circular reasoning? That is, again, when you utilize your senses to validate your reasoning, then you're turn riding around and using your reasoning to validate your senses. Do you see how both parties are there and that circular goes back and forth? But guess what? I don't have that with God. With God, I have an absolute authority who dictates the truth and the facts and what is and the laws that come down from him. I either accept them or I reject them. There is no me in that equation. So that's an absolute authority versus your mentality.
Jim, you can't use ancient Greek philosophy, right?
Oh my God, stop. You use divine revelation to validate the validity of divine revelation. That's circular as well.
No, sir. Without it, you cannot prove anything. Sir,
That's
it's
a
not
claim.
circular because without God, you cannot actually have a starting point to even consider logic. Wouldn't you agree, sir, that logic is eternal, universal, and unchanging, and you're trying to utilize logic to start with a premise and come to a conclusion?
Christian's got me muted.
Yes.
He can't hear me.
Great.
He's got
So
you
where does
muted
logic
as
come
well,
from again?
probably, because he didn't like your question. That's what he
Like you
does.
said, it's eternal, universal.
Oh, exactly right. Oh, now I've got another person trying. Oh, I love it. T loves me.
What is wrong
T
with
is
this?
such a nice guy.
If he mutes you, he doesn't like what you say.
No, I know. I
But
remember
John,
him on fucking
so you
Nadia.
claim to know things because God revealed them to you, but when I asked you, how do you know that anything that God reveals to you is true? You appeal to divine revelation. That's circular.
No, sir, it's not. It's actually, again, an absolute authority
Man,
because
he's,
I am not involved in the equation,
he's,
sir. God
You're an
dictates
idiot.
what is.
everybody
God
block
dictates the
him.
truth. God dictates his
Why?
laws.
Block him.
I either accept
Because
them
he
or
can't
I
hear me
reject
block
them.
me.
I do not
Muted
send
me.
it back up to God for his consideration, and he sends it back to
Oh,
me
He
for
ignored,
mine.
he
That
ignored
is
me.
circular.
So
That
well,
just
that's
an
just,
absolute authority, it's a
that makes it
one-way
worse for him,
mode
though,
of
because
communication.
he
yeah,
can't
but I'm
talk.
just
Dictates
saying,
the
I'm
laws.
just saying if
God
everybody
dictates
did
his
that,
rules, and that's it. I either
just
accept it
everybody
or
just
I
mute
don't.
him out once
You're as bad as this guy.
and just let him sit there till he leaves.
No, he'll do that anyway. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah. He's probably looking
Afraid.
at gay porn. He's probably just looking at some gay porn
I
right
don't.
now anyway. He is so loathsome.
Blocking the whole room.
Look, man. Look, the spiritual it begins with Plato.
I'm not
Plato
blocking the
proceeds
homeroom,
through
sir. Only the
Aristotle
trolls.
and ends with the schoolmen of the Middle Ages. All right. So he's using basically Plato's three laws of logic for his position for the Bible. Right. Now, these are ancient Greeks
Sir,
who
I
didn't
made
even
it clear I'm
believe
happy to have a conversation or a
in a
debate with
Christian
anybody
God. I don't understand
other
why he's
than
using
trolls. Now, if you want to have a debate or discussion, feel free to
this
step up.
particular argument from Plato.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
it
I've
helps
tried to
him.
have a conversation with you, Jim, but you mute the whole fucking room and other people are
Yeah.
talking. So it's kind of hard.
Maybe he
Because it
uses it.
As I
Maybe
stated,
it
sir, I
helps
do not
him
mute
deal
people,
with
I mute
not
trolls.
liking who he really is. He's so self-loathsome.
was,
It may help
yeah, the
him
three.
cope with who
This
he
is
really
like
is. Yeah.
so. Plato and Aristotle are ancient Greek. You know, they
No, Benny, I
predated
do
Christianity by a lot. And when they used to have, you know, they were philosophers, right? And they created these three laws of
Oh, yeah.
logic, the law of identity, everything that Jim keeps identifying with. But these people weren't Christian. So why is he taking
I
the
don't have
words
a
of
Batcave in the politics
non-Christians
server anymore or Krillism.
to
I
justify
was ejected from
like
both of
his
them for
single
destroying
God
all their
deity? You know what I mean?
positions.
That's what I
Yeah.
don't understand. That's the part I don't understand.
I
I'm
would
not
like,
it's so
yeah, I would like to hear
mocking
you, but
him.
because he keeps talking. Yeah.
You should ignore him.
No,
Let the flag.
should I just
yes,
put him on?
I understand. People
Just
continue to
ignore him
talk.
and let him sit there.
Okay, I put him on ignore.
What? What
Oh, yeah,
is he?
go
What is he? Is he talking? I can't hear him.
Talking over
Yeah,
you.
I know he ignored.
Oh,
He
okay.
ignored me. He can't hear me or you. Vlad.
Okay, ask him why.
Don't ask
Benny,
him,
can
just
you
ignore
put
him.
on your Benny? Can you put on your ball? Say Vlad asks, why do you use Plato to Plato for your argument? Plato's theories for your argument
Watch him say the
for
Holy
a Chris-
Spirit.
Sir, I do
for a
not
Christian
use
argument. Yeah.
Plato. I use logic. Logic pre-existed
You
Plato.
realize these are
Plato
pre-Christian
discovered things
philosophers,
like
right?
logic. He did not create it.
He uses logic, even though logic.
Yeah, but tell him that where does the three laws of logic come from? They come from Plato. I'm looking at it right now. It says Hamilton offers a history of the three traditional laws that begins with Plato, proceeds through Aristotle, and ends with the schoolmen of the Middle Ages. In addition, he offers a fourth law. All right? So there are 4 laws, not just 3 laws. So he takes the 3 laws, which means he takes the traditional Platonic or Aristotle version, the pre-Christian version. I'm trying to understand why he does that.
These laws are eternal, universal, and unchanging.
Because they're non-Christian. If his Bible's right, why can't he use arguments that are Christian? Why is he using non-Christian philosophers as for his argument? This is what I don't understand.
That has to do with the history of his argument, where it was there was a guy named Cornelius Van Til who was upset at the way that apologetics were being employed, and he came out with a philosophical argument to try to safeguard it, rather than like an evidentialist argument.
Well, these laws are man. This isn't something. This isn't a Christian thing.
No, sir,
what
that's
he's
not the
talking
case
about.
at all. That they went back to the
So if it's a non-Christian thing that he's talking
to
about,
understand exactly what 1 Peter 3:15
I don't
states.
understand.
That again, that you sanctify Christ as holy as Lord, and then always being prepared to have a reason for the hope that's in your heart. Sir, this is nothing new.
Use Aristotle's philosophies, man, to prove Christianity right.
When was Peter
when Aristotle didn't believe in that.
I think you could.
Benny, since I'm doing nothing but interrupting the room, you let me know when you want to have a discussion, and then I'll
to
come
prove
back.
Christianity.
But I'm not
You can just
going
do
to
that
be in
then.
here and be a distraction.
Because they have
a
their
nice
own belief.
day.
We can get
God
a Buddhist philosophy to prove Christianity.
See you, Jim. Come talk to you. Talk to you over there.
But you guys saw how I got him to admit the circularity of his worldview, right?
He didn't quite admit it, though.
Yeah.
He kind of supported it. He said, no, it's not, because it's revealed.
But he knows things. Wait, he claims to know things because God revealed it to them. But how does he know anything that God revealed to him is true? Because of revelation.
Right. Okay, that's circular, right? But the thing is, you can if he's using ancient Greek philosophy from people who believed in Greek gods, then he could use a Buddhist philosophy to prove Christianity, which would be stupid, right?
He could.
Do you see my point? But you could. You can't. He could even use an Islamic argument to prove Christianity. But the thing is, he's using an ancient philosophy that predated all this. This is the thing to prove his Christianity, and I don't think that's the way you would come at it. I don't understand.
But what's really wrong with him using these ideas articulated by Plato, though?
Yeah,
Okay,
you can get a Japanese Shinto philosophy and say that Christianity is correct based on that.
Okay,
So
I
it's-
get that.
What part of Christianity has to be proven? It's almost like saying you have to prove kung fu.
I feel like that's
Christianity is a discipline that a person practices to become more, more
Benny, what
humble.
up?
It's not, it's just that simple.
But he's using ancient philosophies to prove his position, and that's what doesn't make any sense to me. Do you know what I mean? So that's my point.
But I think Dan was just asking why it's a problem that, even if they do take from like Plato or Aristotle. I mean, it kind of makes sense that they would. I mean, if they, at the time the Koine Greek that they were writing in, and the time that they were kind of in the 1st century.
No, but they didn't though. The Christians didn't ever use that argument. Only Jim uses that argument.
No, I agree. They didn't use the argument, but it wouldn't surprise me if like Paul had interaction with like the philosophy of that, or he knew about some of the logic.
Of course. They would have all studied the Greek philosophies. Yeah.
My thing with this though is that, I mean, it depends how you want to see God, right? Most Christians want to see God as a flawless being, right? Like he's all powerful. He has no. Well, the thing is that Aristotelian logic and all that, it's not exactly flawless.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's
another problem too, right? So just because he's using this ancient philosophy as an argument, does that make that argument correct? It's philosophy, man. That's it. They're not saying it's real or it's like true, but it's their truth in their philosophy. It's just philosophical. That's it. And he's saying it's the truth. But even they admit that it's philosophy, all right? And it's
Hey,
just their
Dan.
concepts, what they know,
Hey,
they understand.
Dan, do you think he hates that gift of him sitting on that lawnmower? I bet he does.
Wait till you see the fucking. Haven't you seen a picture of him with the makeup on?
Yeah,
Is
I
that real
did.
though?
Remember that one?
Is that real?
That's the
Yeah.
best.
Man,
He hates that.
Vlad, I use ancient Greek philosophy too, I guess.
Yeah, but
Is it wrong when I do it?
Well, look, man. The thing is,
flawless.
well, there is a difference, and I'll tell you why. Right? Because he believes in the Bible, he shouldn't have to use an ancient Greek philosophy to prove the Bible exists. He should, what he does, he tries to use it to say that the Bible is correct. Well, if it's correct, then you don't have to go to the ancient Greek philosophy in order for him to make his argument, right? But us, like people like atheists who don't make claims about anything, we can use anything, right? Because we're not making
There's
claims.
no such thing as an atheist.
How many verses in the Bible?
Yes, there
Hey,
is.
how many verses? How many
No, there
verses do you
isn't.
have to read before you can find a scientific error? How many verses? The Bible.
You know what, man?
It's a trivia question. How many verses do you have to read
I laugh
before
at
you find
people who
a
make the
scientific
claim that there
error?
are no atheists. I mean, that's ridiculous.
There's
I mean,
no
really.
such thing as an atheist.
What do you
Well, I
mean?
mean, if you really believe that, you might be an idiot.
Because the whole term is a derivative based off of an English word, which is God. So then
Yes, Benny.
you've made a decision to say that you don't believe in something that you're acknowledging, but you don't even really know what that thing is. So then, if you get the correct understanding of what it is, then
Yeah,
you'll
I'm
say you
reading.
believe in it.
I mean,
Is a
concepts I
manifestation
reject
of
being true.
human
I
strength.
can go.
Yeah, it
I
is.
can go
I agree
down.
with him.
I can go down the line right now. And now I know what
Hey,
God means.
Wazoo.
But
What's
Sorry,
the
I just
speed of
wanted to
light,
say
I
I
don't
agree.
think you'd want to do that on live,
McIntosh.
man. I mean,
Continue.
Wazoo.
Yeah, I agree with Sir McIntosh.
Hey,
Sorry, I just
Wazoo.
wanted to say
Do you know what the
he's
speed of light
hey,
is?
D. Rogers, are you an atheist?
Do you know what the speed of light is? Wazoo.
What'd you say?
What? Tell them, yeah. So McIntosh left a comment and said that religion is just a manifestation of human strength.
I guess. But are you an atheist?
I'm atheist agnostic or agnostic atheist.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what agnostic means, but I'll talk about the atheist thing, right? So you don't believe in God, right?
That's not true.
No, not really. I'm
Right.
open
So
to the,
do you
but I don't.
believe do you believe in love?
Yes, I do.
Well, then you believe in God. There you go.
Well, why? How does that correlate to God?
Because God is love.
Your God love to a Christian. That doesn't mean my love. I might love a girl or family, but I'm not gonna.
God is
That doesn't
love.
mean
You were just
that's not what that is.
miseducated about what you thought God was. That's all it is. So there's no such thing as an atheist. Everybody on the panel.
shut up.
Okay.
That's it.
I'll
Yeah,
shut up.
yeah. That's a bit ridiculous, bro. Really,
It's not
honestly.
ridiculous. It's just like me saying, you'll say, well, I don't believe in four. And then I say to you, well, do you believe in quattro? And you
Yeah,
say,
but
yeah, I
yeah,
believe in
but
quattro, but I don't believe in four.
I love my PS4, right? That doesn't mean that there's a God, right? You get what I'm saying here?
Yeah. Hey, Wazoo.
You
You got
just
any kids? Do you have any children?
He does.
Yeah. Is he gone?
I've seen him on a video. He does have a kid, I think. He
Oh,
talked
he's
about it
gone.
once too, but I've seen him.
Hey, Wazoo.
No, everybody
Wazoo.
fell out.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got a question
Yeah.
for you, Wazoo. Do you have any
Yeah.
children? You
Yes, I do.
Well, tell me, what would your child have to do to you to make you put them in a place of unrelenting torture and pain for eternity. You know,
There's nothing. There's nothing that my child could do to make me do that.
so you love your child more than God loves you and your child. That's
Well,
the trip.
my
You
God
got more
doesn't
power.
put me.
You
My
have more
God doesn't
power
put
than
me. My
you.
God doesn't put me. Once again, your miseducation about what you think hell is and all of this Western dogma. So then you assume that the people or God's son will go through something like that, and that's just not the case. You can't find me nowhere in the Bible where it says that
Would you?
God's
Oh,
son
tell me
will
what.
go through. I would
If you
like for
needed
you to allow
something,
me to. I would like for you to allow me to finish before
sure,
you
go ahead.
express your miseducation of what you think the Bible is talking about, if you don't mind. So, like I was saying before, because you all are uneducated about what God is, you've made up a theory based off someone's miseducation to you, and you've lived a lifestyle saying, I'm an atheist because of someone else's definition, as opposed to doing your own due diligence and finding out what God actually is.
I think it's up to personal interpretation of what
Yeah,
you think God is.
Okay,
I think
that's
that should
fine.
be
Hey,
that should
hey,
be allowed
Wazoo.
to everyone.
Wait,
That would
let
be
me Wazoo.
that would be
Wazoo.
good if we didn't have a definitive
Okay,
understanding of what it was. But
okay.
we do.
Now, think about
The
this.
culture that the word El Hayim or Allah comes from, there's a definitive explanation about what it is. But if you haven't looked into that, then you know you're kind of not doing your due diligence, so to speak.
Okay, Wazoo. Tell me this: is there something that you could need that you would put your son through torture and sacrifice for? Is there
No,
something you would need
I'm not
that
putting
would
my son
that
through
you would put
torture.
your son through torture instead of you? Okay, so
No,
that means that you have more power and love for your son than God loves you. That's wild.
no, that's not what it
Really?
is. Like I said,
Oh yeah.
once again,
What's the
you're just
difference?
miseducated about what you're talking about. You
Oh,
speaking these
was
things
Christ crucified?
from
Was Christ
Christian
crucified?
dogma.
Was Christ
Absolutely, yes.
crucified?
Christ was
Why was he
crucified. Yes.
crucified? Why was he
He was
crucified?
crucified because the same way you're ridiculing me on this call, he was full of truth. So when you get around people who are not full of
What
truth, they ridicule and they mock. And if you become too glorious,
what truth
they'll
was he
kill you.
crucified
Oh,
for?
hold on. They'll kill you regardless of whatever you're doing. This is why my ancestors were hung in trees and their cities were bombed and stuff like that when they were doing good. It's just a hate thing. That's why he was crucified.
Can I ask a question? Just a quick one then, a general one. Like say there are 33,000 denominations of Christianity. So which one, as a non-Christian, would you go to first and why?
The one that you relate to. I've been through probably all of them.
Oh,
I probably seriously.
really?
No, to be
Yeah,
honest with
okay.
you,
All right. Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been through
okay.
all of them, and all of them have a word in season. But that's when you're dealing with God on a personal level.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Yeah, yeah.
you can hear God through this person. I've heard
This is the
preachers
same
speak.
dude that said that
Hold
a
on, Baker, just
sperm
turn it
cell
around a
had
bit.
a nervous
I've
system and a
heard I've
brain.
heard preachers from
That a
very
sperm, it ain't no
weird
cell.
denominations
That a
say
Yeah,
things
sperm.
right.
about God, say things
Yeah,
about God, and then right after that, I would see them and meet them and see
yeah.
that they weren't of God anymore. So then Yah or God, he'll speak through whoever he wants to speak through at that time. But the question is, who has ears to hear? So it's not really about these religions or anything. It's about a
Right.
particular person.
But
Well,
what if like,
that means you're still looking. Then you might find another one.
That
yeah,
means somebody.
So
You said what? I
you might find
noticed
another
T. I
since you
don't know
went
who
through
you
all
are.
these
I
thousands
don't know who
of
you are, T.
opinions
But you
on
make a
God.
lot
yeah,
of assumptions. But
You just said you've
your
been through all of
assumptions
them.
are not correct.
You just said you went through all of them, and you
his
chose
name's
this
I
one.
Tom.
have. I have been through all of them.
Well, what if I find one you haven't been through yet? Well, you
Does
think you
that
might want to
mean
try
that
that?
does that mean that I was searching for anything?
Yeah, it must have been, or you would have tried them all.
No, no.
I got
Stop
another
assuming.
flavor. Would you
Stop
like to try
assuming.
another flavor
When you
of dogma?
assume, you make an ass out of yourself. Stop doing that.
No, when you talk, you make an ass out of yourself because
Okay.
you don't
No,
let the
like
Bible
no,
lie.
All
I was
right.
just asking it.
That's very
I was
adult. It's cool.
I was I was asking just an honest question, right? Like, so
Yeah. I was
if you
answering honestly as well.
like, you've got like just say all these churches, you know, you've got everything from Pentecostal to Seventh Day Adventist, and
Yeah.
everything else between, right? So
Yeah.
like so
It's like, let me explain it to you. It's like
okay,
going to elementary school. In
yeah,
first
okay,
grade, people learn addition. In fourth grade, they learn multiplication.
yeah, right.
All of this happens under the same schoolhouse. It's
So,
levels of maturity. So
oh, right. Oh, okay, right, right, right,
what you'll see
right.
is the
I'll get you.
Pentecostals make it to a certain level where they actually feel God's spirit. This is
Yeah,
called the
right, okay,
baptism of the Holy Ghost. But a
right.
person who's out on the street and I just tell them about Christ and they go become a disciple, they may have not had that experience yet. So then they
Yeah,
haven't
okay.
graduated to that level. And these levels keep going higher and higher and higher. So those
But
who
can they?
endure through all of these
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
those are the ones who are going to inherit the earth.
But do you know how you say that they go higher and higher on these levels? Can they do
Yeah.
that in any of these denominations, or is it has to be particular?
No, you can do it in whichever one. I know people who started out as Muslims and now they're, Hebrew Israelites. You know what I mean? Like I've seen people go from Buddhists
Dang,
to, believing in Christ, so on and so forth.
dang, I can't hear him. Dan, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So all I was gonna say was like, in your view, right? Can you get to these higher levels, right, in any denomination, or does it have to be any particular
Long as you believe in the Mashiach, yes, you can be in any of these denominations. Actually, I believe that Yah plants people in all of these denominations to
Oh,
see
okay.
which one of the people who are going to make it out. So when the scripture says many are
Ah,
called, but
okay.
few are chosen, I believe there's going to be few from each one of these denominations. The centerpiece will be if they had a real personal relationship with the Mashiach or not, or Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right. Okay. Now I understand where you're coming from, man. I get what you mean. But that's actually a cool. At least you're being fair and about with
I
everyone
think
else,
you're
which is
gonna be
cool.
the I think you're gonna be the fifth person to say in 2 days, "Hey man, I like what you're saying."
Yeah, you're cool, man. I like actually. You're cool, bro. You're definitely cool. I like I'm listening to you, man. Like, and also I want to ask you, like, you know how like you believe that? Is that like do a lot more people believe what you believe exactly like that? You could be in any
No,
denomination and still. Okay,
no.
so that's just you. Okay, all
I
right.
know
I was just wondering.
I wouldn't say that. That's just people who have a personal relationship with the Mashiach that's been
Oh,
fellowshipping
okay.
with them, and mysteries get revealed to them.
All right.
Many are called, few are chosen.
So did God create the universe, Zizu?
No, he manifested everything. He manifested everything from within himself. He spoke everything from out of himself, and it manifested into this plane. God is a spirit.
So what's on God's side then? If this is
Everything,
just the manifestation,
everything that you see here, just invisible.
what the hell? How you would you're just invisible?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah. Why, babe?
Everything is a spiritual technology. The mouth, the eye, the nose. All of these are spiritual principles.
Yeah, she can join.
They manifest in this realm as a mouth, a eye, a nose, a bed, a, a, a carriage, a foot, a tree. All of these are spiritual technologies that show the wisdom of God or Yah.
Yeah. Would you see how you don't use ancient Greek philosophies though to try and make
Well,
your point?
well, if he's an ancient Greek or his ancestors come from ancient Greece, it would make sense that he gravitates towards that. That's what he's relative to.
Well,
I would
there.
use
Maybe.
I use Hebrew perspective because that's my ancestors.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Right.
They're Greek.
That's the difference.
They're Greek.
Oh, I get you now, man. Yep.
We all
Sorry.
know that.
I was gonna say I think philosophy is better than that though, than just like
Yeah. You can see it on Wikipedia. I've got the page up. It says it comes from Plato, and then proceeds through Aristotle.
ancient Greek philosophy. I'm saying, I mean, Eastern philosophy, like Buddhism and stuff like that. That could be classified as a form of philosophy.
Yeah, well, that's my point. I mean, why just use these three laws of logic because these were believers of their own gods, right? And this is their philosophy. You could basically use an Eastern philosophy as well, but he won't do that. That's what I don't understand. Like, why is it that the ancient Greek philosophy is acceptable, but say not an Eastern philosophy for his argument? But he hasn't even addressed that.
Do you believe in power?
Not really.
What do you mean by that? Like energy?
Power.
Like, define your power. Like, what kind of power?
If you know that there's of any other kind, then you define it.
Power as an energy over time?
That's fine. If that's how you want to define it, do you believe in that?
Well, I believe in electricity, if you mean like power.
That's fine too. Do you believe in that?
It's like you didn't give a definition, right? So I gave the physics.
That's
concept.
fine. That's God. Power is God. The word El means power.
Okay, so even like electricity is God, because that's power.
It would make sense. It would make sense that you would say electricity. It'd have been even more interesting if you would have said thunder, because your people and your ancestry, you're all into that.
So
That's
spirit is. Would you say spirit is energy then?
Say it again.
Well, that's kind of true, actually. You've got a point there.
Spirit is energy, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just curious about what we say.
No, that's a different word though than El. Ruach is energy. El is power. These are two different technologies. There's an L to everything, or power, you know.
Oh shit! It's work overtime. My bad, Benny.
So you all's power, obviously, is electricity, or in a sense, Zeus. You know, that's your God. That's your power.
Yeah.
My God is Yahuwah, which is existence itself.
Okay, so it's you get a totally different version.
No, it's not totally different at all.
But
My God is the God of gods, or the power of powers. Your mindset is where your power lies. Meaning your God is only your mindset is the highest form of God you can think of. So when you say electricity and power, you equate that. then that's what's power to you.
So if I'm at the
Okay,
highest
yeah.
what God can think of, I'm sorry. If I'm at the
Say
highest,
it again.
if I'm at
The
the
highest.
highest, right, of what I can think of, but that's only
Yeah.
because of God, though. God, if God's all powerful,
What do you mean? What do you mean?
if God is all powerful, He's the one in control of that. The fact that I can only go so high in my intellect, or what you were just saying, I forget the exact word.
You think so?
Well, yeah, if He's all powerful,
And then if I say to you that you could have a higher perspective, which the Christians would call to renew your mind, like you could do this, almost like pumping iron or lifting weights. You can go from being skinny to being bulked up.
yeah,
The
that's all
Bible
by.
speaks about this.
Are you saying that's not by God? I mean,
Say it again.
that's all by
No,
God.
I'm not saying that it's not ordered by God, but you said that you can't do nothing about it, and that part was interesting to me.
Well, I don't think you can. If God wills for something to happen, is your will going to
Who said
override?
who said that who said that he willed it? I'm telling you that he put things in order. You in a sense, he set the laws up to be as they are. You can travel through any of them if you want. Now I know this, but through the Mashiach, this is the one who has the keys to all the doors. This is how I'm able to go into all of these other different mindsets, so to speak,
How
and
does he know what is true?
still remain king. Say it again. What you say?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was reading Benny's screen.
Well, I want to ask, how can He do something without a will? Is you're saying God has no will?
I never mentioned the word will. You
But
did
I mean, you're
this.
saying He
This
can
is
do
your
things.
mindset. I'm
Oh,
not
that
speaking
you're right. It is
anything.
my mindset.
I don't even know. I don't even know what the Hebrew word for will is, so I know I didn't bring it up. I will have to look it up to see. But I
I
never
just
mentioned will. You did.
Well,
don't know how you can do anything without a will.
I mean, if
I
he
can
does
hear you
stuff
say it
without
again.
willing them, I would guess that he doesn't have a mind then.
Which is odd. I mean, like I would think you need a will in order to do things. Is my point.
You could think anything. You know what I mean?
I could be wrong.
My child could think that I should give him a Pop Tart every 3 seconds, but that doesn't mean that, he's correct.
But my only point, you seem pretty confident in the fact that will isn't needed for him to do something. That's what you said.
I didn't even consider your statement.
You didn't invoke will.
I didn't consider your statement about will because we wasn't talking about will. So like when I heard you say it, I didn't even pay attention to your question about it, or if you asked me a question about will, because we were talking about Yah and him establishing all of the laws and orders of the plane. You know what I mean? And you having the option to go through them if you so choose. I put in front of you life and death. Choose life. I created both of these things, life and death. And
So
I'm
you
telling you, listen, and I'm telling you to choose life. Now, who is that on?
I'm just saying, from what you're telling me, it sounds like you believe in free will. You have a
I
choice.
don't. I absolutely don't believe in free will.
You're a determinist.
I don't believe in free will for me. Like I believe I'm destined to be what I am. I don't have any free will. I didn't have a choice. I didn't have any choice to know what I know. I think it's different for other people though, to be honest with you.
Okay. I sort of get that, I guess. I mean, I don't know if you're on the
I mean, it's certain. If you pay attention to some Bible stories, people try to run away from their destiny and they couldn't do it. Like they just had to submit to God. Some people, when they run away from God, God just let them. It's like, okay, bye. You know what I mean? But other people, he chastises the one he loves, or maybe there's a great responsibility that I have that he just can't let me do what I want to do. But other people, they can. Like I'm like from the hood and stuff. Like
Benny, you fucking juggle.
so it's a lot of things where it's like I should have been able to do that other people were doing that were kind of negative and flourishing, but I couldn't do them. It wouldn't work out
Izu,
for
what
me
is your
that way.
special destiny?
To teach the world the correct mindset of holiness.
Yeah, I think we're done. Well, I agree with what you part of what you said. I'm just saying, not to be rude. Let other
That's all
people.
Benny, did John really porn bomb you?
I know Benny asked something, but I didn't see what it was. He had asked something. I couldn't remember what it was. Why did he change it from the ball? Yes, Benny.
Vlad rejoined. Welcome back, Vlad.
Are you gonna save the world, Izu?
Are you? Is he saying? Are you real?
Nice. He's telling you to read.
Oh,
Right, you just read the comments.
so Yazoo is gonna save the world. I can't see that because our picture's in the way. Scroll up some more. How do you know Yazoo is sent from God, Messiah, the Most High? Are you asking me that? It's not really interesting for for me to know it. The question is, can you all tell? If you
Can
can't,
we
if
tell that
you
you're sent from God?
yes, can you tell that I'm sent from power or
No,
electricity?
no.
You
I
can't
don't.
tell that I'm sent from electricity.
I mean, you say that you are, but I don't know
No,
that
I'm
you are.
asking you. I didn't say that I was. I'm,
I don't think I could.
I'm asking you.
The only way I think I could is if God like literally forced me to believe that that's the case.
But I
Then I,
mean,
No,
based on what you said,
he
man,
wouldn't.
that seems to be the impression,
He
right?
wouldn't
That
do that. He wouldn't force you to believe. Well, you all, I don't think you're forced to believe. My life is a little different. It almost is like, beat down into believing. Life is really kicking my ass, and for it to stop, I had to submit myself. I just said, okay, I give up. I know that you're real, even though I don't try to do what you tell me to do, but I see that I have to do it or I'm pretty much gonna die. The brother says, how does Yazoo know that he was chose by God? If you didn't experience it, the choosing of God, and you don't believe in God, no matter what I kind of say, you know what I mean? You can't relate to it. So it's like if you don't know what it's like to be chose, then you know.
that's the problem because so many people will claim different things. They'll say I'm chosen, and it won't exactly add up to what
Not
you're saying.
not claiming anything. There's no reason to claim anything.
I mean, I thought I was chosen when I was like 16 at one point, and then like 2 weeks later, I got over it. I didn't believe I
Okay.
was.
That's fine. That's probably was according to your perspective too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If that's what it's based upon, that's kind of a bad thing. How are you ever really going
Sure.
to be?
You know, if you're speaking to people and they can't discern what you are, whatever it may be, wise, prophet, God, Jesus, peaceful, you know what I mean? If they can't discern these things, then it is what it is. But if it's clear and evident that I'm speaking with some form of authority, intelligence that, you know, that's pricking your spirit or your heart, then it is what it is. Then you can take it however you want. Jesus said it this way. He said, "Who do men say that I am?" He said, "Who do you say that I am?" He didn't really have to tell them that he was the Son of God, because it wouldn't have mattered if he'd have told them. The point of the matter is, do you recognize? If you don't recognize, then, you know, go on about your merry way. If you do recognize, then see how far the rabbit hole goes.
Can I ask one real quick question? You ever feel annoyed about the fact that Jesus appeared to like Peter and John and all of them, and at a specific time, and he actually performed supposed miracles, right? And he said that, I think it was to Thomas. He's like, "Okay, blessed are you," because he like touched the holes in his hand. He's like, "Blessed are you who have seen, but blessed are they who have not seen," something along those lines in the passage. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's not wrong, but I mean, like they got, of course, they're gonna believe. They experienced miracles and everything. What do we have? We have nothing.
You have
but
you.
word to believe.
No, you have you. You have you. If you hear the testimony of Christ and it bears witness to your spirit, then you have you. That's it. That's better than anything else. Jesus could appear in front of me right now and speak some things, right, that I don't bear witness to at all. Then what good is he to me? He's no good to me. But if he speaks, if he comes in front of me and he speaks to me right now, and I bear witness to what he's saying, that's the me. You understand? I have to be real with me. If I bear witness to what he's saying, then it profits me. And that's what it's about. So whether he's present or not, the question is, does that energy or that spirit bear witness with me or not? It doesn't matter if he's right next to me or if he's 20 years away. It doesn't matter if that spirit is in, you know, white man, a dog, a cat, whatever. You know what I mean? Does it bear witness to you? Is the question.
Like there's a verse that says wherever a certain amount of people are present, he'll be among. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
I mean that makes sense, I guess. But what I'm saying is, the apostles and all, they got empirical proof, which is what a lot of people are after and what they want. We
Right.
don't get that privilege.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. I understand. I want you to think that I don't understand what you're saying. I
Okay, I know.
understand what you're saying. You know, I understand what you're saying, but I don't feel no certain type of way about it because of the baptism of the Ruach Kodesh. So like the way that this thing actually goes, right, is the spirit of holiness, you have to invoke it. Once you invoke it and it fills your vessel, and this is called walking in the spirit or being filled with the Holy Ghost. Once this happens, like concerns and doubts and fear and all of that stuff kind of disappears. You know what I mean? Like you don't worry about this stuff no more. It's like not a big deal. Like the hell thing, all of that disappears. You don't think about that no more. You're not concerned with none of that stuff no more because you're sealed.
One thing I've always thought was a little bit weird though is I understand what you're saying, like just have a spiritual, because we can't exactly get the empirical. I don't know if it's evidence. I don't know what
Well,
the
that's
word.
the thing. I think that that's more of a witness than even Christ being there, because when Christ was there, they didn't get filled with the Spirit. You see what I mean? Like he was constantly rebuking them, and they were constantly being wrong when he was there. He actually had to leave in order for them to fully get it, and that's the only way that you're gonna have confidence within yourself. Is when he's
Benny, why
not
does the
around.
flag only have 5 stars? There's supposed to be 7.
Oh, okay.
I've also did miracles too. By the way, I see somebody put they get miracles, we get Yazoo. I've done miracles before as well. Like I've
I'm
cast.
skeptical of that. I don't want you to think I'm hating on you. I'm just very
No,
skeptical.
no, no, it's cool. I like listen. I know that this is how it goes. You know what I mean? Like, listen, you're not prepared for this. You understand? Like I'm prepared for this. And I'm not saying that to be cocky, you know what I mean? Like I truly understand what happens when you're dealing with people. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal to me.
I just feel
Like
like
if you come punch me in the jaw, then I have to turn the other cheek. You can just get away with punching me in the jaw.
yeah, I just want to say I feel like I said before, like they were given like an empirical basis, like the apostles, right? Whereas
Yeah.
we're given more of like a blind faith sort of thing, just have faith in what was said. And now, what about heaven?
That's another misnomer too. Like you saying faith as if you kind of know what it means. Faith
Well,
is let me explain it because all of these dogmas is probably the reason why you don't believe. So like amen or faith, right? Is a is the principle of starting something to be faithful. You see what I mean? So like when you go to the gym, you know what I mean? Like if you keep going consistently, then you'll get big. The idea of you getting big and you going to the gym, that's the beginning of you being faithful. It means to incubate a seed.
Bro, you have someone in here playing porn, and it's probably dad and being a fucktard.
Oh yeah, hallelujah. So yeah, that's what faith is. Faith is incubating the seed of whatever. If you want to get stronger, you have to incubate the seed of I want to get stronger. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. So the blind faith thing, that's just English witchcraft playing around with the word, trying to make you think that faith is belief, a word that they made up, when really faith is faithfulness, being
I don't
faithful
know.
to something.
Okay, that's where we're never going to agree because I believe. Well, I've looked. Well, you have to look into philosophy. I equate belief with faith, so maybe we'll never agree on that
Right,
point.
but what is faith?
A form of
What is
belief.
that? Faith is faithful. It's the same word, brother. Meaning that if you plant
That
an
you believe.
apple seed, if you plant an apple seed, right, the apple seed is faithful to bring more apples. That's what faith is. If you
But
don't have faith, then you don't plant the apple seed.
if you don't have belief, then you don't plant the apple seed.
No, belief is a English witchcraft word, brother.
Really?
Trying to
Okay.
play.
Well, I don't think we're going to agree on that one point ever. So that's one thing.
Yeah,
But
it's cool. It's cool. I mean, you just ain't really realized it yet. But you are. Do you have a girlfriend?
not at the moment. No.
All right. Do you know what it means to be faithful to a girl?
Yeah. Well, I know what that term. That's what I mean. Faith can be used in different
That's
ways.
that's the term. That's what it's talking about. Exercising the word of God and remaining faithful with it. Like if Jesus tells you you're gonna get $1 million tomorrow, and you say, "Well, no, I'm not," then that means you're not exercising your faithfulness to the word that He said.
Okay, buddy. But everything you just said there, you believe all of that, right? So belief plays a part.
No, now you're doing like your ancestors, and you're trying to play an English witchcraft game.
No, I mean, if
Like
you're gonna say
I really. It was funny about it is I really don't know what you mean by believe when you say it.
you don't know what belief means, should I
Not
Google?
really.
I'm not trying to
Go
make.
ahead. You can, but I'm not really gonna believe it.
Okay, let me try. There's probably multiple philosophy, but I'll just look the common.
You can show me the definition. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna have faith in it.
No, I'm not saying you.
It's like this. It's like this. It's hard to explain because English does this to words, right? Like, and I'm gonna use your word. I believe that there is a devil, but I don't believe in the devil. You see, it's like it's weird in English trying to explain it.
Yeah, it seems contradictory.
Well, it is from an English standpoint, but if I say it from a Hebrew perspective, then you'll get exactly what I meant.
You
You
might be
want me
right.
to do that?
Well, I wouldn't understand it at the moment. I mean, I'm
I'm
not.
not. Here you go. I'll say it. I'm faithful that there is a devil, but I'm not faithful into the devil. It's that simple. Your word is made up. The concept of faithful is a better representation of the word amen. When you look up the word amen in the Bible, right, or belief or faith, behind both of those words is the same word amen. So why did they choose to use belief to transcribe as one and faithful to transcribe another? I believe it's because they came into a better understanding of what it was when they realized it's talking about consistently doing something.
Okay. Well, I just heard what you said. I was listening 100%. I just want to
Yeah.
read the
A
definition
good
off.
the best English word that they used to have in Old English is believe it. So like it used to say in the Bible, it used to say, he that believeth on the Son of God. You see what I mean? It's showing you that it's a continuing process. But then they use the word believe and then they take the TH off. So now you just think it's a one-time thing. And it never was intended for that. You see what I mean? It was always intended for consistency. If you believe that the tree, go ahead, I'll let you talk. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I'm just.
Yeah.
I was going to say. Okay. Well.
If you're faithful to the seed, the baby will come. If you're faithful to the seed, the apples will come. If you're not faithful to it, then it won't come. If I stop watering it, if I stop giving it sunlight, if I give the baby crack, you know what I mean, give the baby liquor, I could lose the baby. Not faithful to it. The hieroglyphs of Hebrew show me that Amen is faithful. It's which is to incubate or a mother, right? And then there's Noon, which is a seed or continually. To incubate continually is our word faithful.
Okay. I feel like if I read you this definition, you're probably already going to know it anyway, from what you're telling me.
Do what?
If I read you this, I'm just reading you a basic definition of belief off Google right now.
That's fine.
An acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists is belief in the value of hard work. Or, number 2, trust, faith, or confidence in something or someone. A belief in democratic
No,
politics.
that's a bad example. I gave a good example to
I think you
somebody
did.
the other day. The other day I gave a good example. If you get in a car, right? And the guy said, when you get in the car and you start up the car, you have belief that the car was going to start. And I was telling him, like, that's not what faith is. Like, that's not what that word amen is. The word amen is you getting in the car and trying to start it up. And it starts up one day, and then you get in the car again, and it doesn't start up, right? And then the third day you come and it still don't start up. And you keep getting in the car to try to start the car up. Whether it starts up or not, you're faithful to trying. That's what faithful is. It is not depicted on a good result. If you're in a relationship with a woman, she can have a bad day. You all can have a bad day as a couple or a good day as a couple, but you're faithful to the woman. So then your faith in God goes the same way. He can have you in the belly of the whale, or he can have you sitting as a king. It doesn't make a difference because you're faithful to God. It's not predicated on result. But when you say belief and people say belief and stuff like that, this is a whole different other idea. Like I have no clue what the hell people talking about. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, I just curious. Have you heard of the position? I'm not mocking you or anything. I'm just curious because not many people are familiar.
Why do you
Have you?
keep saying that? Why
No,
you
because
keep
I don't
thinking
want to.
that you're
I
gonna
don't want to
offend
come off
me?
as an asshole. I don't want to come off as an asshole.
So I decided I'm gonna go to KFC because that's the only chicken place in my area.
Don't talk to me then. going. You still hear me though? I'll let this guy go for a while.
Hold on 1 second.
They just look at me like I'm a damn lion eating a gazelle. One fat white man with like 5 carts of mashed potatoes had a big ass spoonful of mashed potatoes and was dripping down onto his nasty ass lap, staring at me. Look like a fat ass John Goodman. The white girl at the counter, sexy as hell. The white girl like Paris Hilton before the whole cocaine charge and everything. I go inside KFC, the white girl look at me and say, "Hello, sir. Would you like some of our delicious chicken?" "No, bitch. I'm in here to lick one of your titties. Of course I want some damn delicious chicken. Why else would I be inside KFC?" So I said, "Look, dumbass white girl, I don't got time for your games. I want a 10-piece. She gonna look at me and say, "Okay, sir, that'll be $15. Are you out of your goddamn mind? $15 for some damn chicken? $15. Do you know how much 15 is? That's a 1 and a 5, bitch. Does it look like I got $15? I'm in the same shirt I wore in every other single angry black man. Does it look like I had $15 just laying around in my booty pipe?" So I just asked the bitch, "Hey, you want me to give your boyfriend a blowjob or something so you could give me the $15? $15? This ain't tickets to a Glee concert. This is an evil class organization. Do you know the walls inside KFC was built by the skulls of all African slaves? They got skull wallpaper inside of KFCs. And if you don't believe me, knock on one of the walls and then put your ear to it. You will hear an African tribe singing the new Justin Bieber song. I'm sorry, America, if you think I hate Colonel Sanders, aka Colonel, I hate niggas, but it's true. The dude hates black people. You wanna know why? Because he did not make the recipe for KFC. He had you all tricked. He would have you all believe that he was the one that was slaving over that hot ass stove. No, he wasn't. That motherfucker had slaves. It was 9 niggas inside of there cooking that damn chicken. And every time they got the recipe wrong, he'll bust them inside of the face with a hammer. After he had the slaves make the good ass chicken, he invited a whole bunch of his white friends over so they could beat the shit out of the slaves that just cooked the chicken. While they was beating the shit out of Kim Buju, they decided to take a bite out of the chicken. The rest is history. And everyone always wondering why they got the buckets for KFC chicken. Why is it inside a bucket? So I'll tell you why. It goes back to the slavery days. Yeah, it did. After the slaves cooked the chicken, Colonel Sanders had their heads cut off and put inside of a bucket. You know
What's
what
the
KFC
point of
stands
this?
for? Killing fucking coons. As soon as I walked in there, guys, y'all think I'm lying. As soon as I walked inside of there was a big ass kitchen with grease in it, and the dude was about to put the chicken inside of the grease.
I mean, some of it was funny, but I mean, it's getting a little bit.
None of it was funny.
No, well, maybe you wouldn't think so. Maybe I'm just fucked up.
I mean, it wasn't funny. You know what I mean? Like, I know funny things. That wasn't funny.
All right. Can we get back to what we were saying? I think we were going on too long. I'm going to finish up what I was saying, but I'd like to finish what I was saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to mention Fideism. You know what that is?
Who?
Fideism. Fideism. Fideism.
No.
Have you? No? Okay, well, that's where a lot of the confusion might come from. I'm not sure where the term stems back. I think in German, but that has to do with faith and belief, where they equate both of them together. So it's not just me, and
I mean, they probably looked up both words and seen that both of the both of the English words as the same Hebrew word, which is amen. So looking at the word amen, like I told you before, I'm always going to look at it from a Hebrew custom. You know what I mean? Because it's a Hebrew book, and these words, faith and belief, come from the Bible. And the English people learn English through the Latin Bible. So I'm always going to go with the original idea of what it is, not what someone philosophized it to be. And being that, like I said, we define our words according to the hieroglyphs of Hebrew. So it's showing us clear, like a mother and the seed that's in the mother is what faith is, or being faithful is.
All right. Well, I don't know if we're gonna.
The mother doesn't believe that she's pregnant, or she doesn't believe that she's gonna have a baby. The mother is faithful to having the baby.
Right. I don't know. I agree. Did he leave? Are you still here? Oh no, the other guy left. You're still here, right?
Yep.
All right, my bad. I wasn't sure. All right, no, I was just gonna say, I am very invested in my uh convolution, if that's the right word to use it, with belief and faith, using them interchangeably. So I don't know if we're gonna agree on that point. I do agree with what you're saying makes some sense, but I just look at it different. Is it that bad? I mean, I just look at it differently. Honestly.
Now, I understand why you look at it differently. What I don't understand is how you can hear the root origin of the original meanings and still continue to use the philosophy understanding of it. You know what I mean? It's like once you get the root origin of the meaning and the proof is there through the the hieroglyphs. It's just like, it's just like this, right? So like the word ayin, right? Do you know why you call your eye a eye? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know why that is?
I'm
It's
not
because
actually.
we have a letter. It's like our 15th, 16th letter, I believe, if I am mistaken. Our 16th letter is an eyeball, and we call it ayin. You see what I mean? Like, so then it's like we call it ayin, right? And it's a picture of an eyeball. So then, like, no one can tell us that ayin is something else. Like, somebody come and tell me that ayin is a broomstick. You know what I mean? Like, I can look at the witness and be like, no, it's an eyeball. It's right there. Look, it's an eyeball. Like, ayin is actually on my avatar, if you can see it, to the up right hand corner, the orange. It's an eyeball. You see what I mean? And it's called, that letter is called ayin. So that we are not confused about that at all. But if I show that to you, and let's say if your ancestors of Greek or Latin or whatever, they changed this letter, right, to mean, and they have I, right, but then they use I as broomstick or something. You know what I'm saying? And then they use it. They doing this, and they're dealing with a Hebrew Bible, but then they change the definition of the word. Like, you wouldn't find that weird?
No, I would find that weird. I just want to say really quick because I'm gonna head off to bed soon. I'm getting really tired. Did you say it was what is the main theme of what you're saying here with faith and belief? Amen. I think you mentioned amen. Is that what I should look into? Or
Yeah, that's the word. The word, when you see faith or
yeah.
belief in the Bible, everywhere you see it in the Bible, it's the word amen.
Okay, every time. No, sir. Okay.
Every time. You may have a yud or a vav, which are like our ings and our eds. You see what I mean? Like that type of stuff. How we do the English word. So king, like King Lee. You see what I mean? Or Kinger. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using the example. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? So when you see a you, it kind of makes it an active thing, like ing, like run, running. You see what I mean? Fish, fishing. You see what I mean? When you see the u, or what you all call the vav, then it's a persona. So like a fish, fisherman. You see what I mean? Or run, runner. You see what I mean? That type of thing. But the root of it is amen.
I read into like the philosophy of like Judaism, like faith and belief and like it all, and it's pretty sad because you're saying to me that it seems like it sounds really simple. Just it starts with amen or whatever. I never actually knew that, so I should go look into that, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's talking about faithfulness. Like I said, the mother doesn't believe that she's gonna have a baby. You know what I mean? The mother doesn't. The tree doesn't believe. You know, to to uh to produce this. The earth doesn't believe to produce the seed. The earth is faithful to producing the seed. You understand? The mother
Right.
is faithful to produce. That's what it's talking about. So
Yeah.
it's not believe. The concept of believe, like I understand a little bit the concept of believe through English because I use it in my speech, but I don't really get it. You see what I mean? Like I don't fully get it. You know what I'm saying? This is how I know. And then when I look at the Hebrew for it, it's not that same concept according to the examples I just gave. You see what I'm saying? The
No,
earth don't believe no shit.
no,
The
I agree
earth is
100%.
faithful, but the earth don't believe.
I mean, I think there is one other argument that could be used against you. I mean, God speaking in different languages or something. That people could probably say, well, languages evolve over time. So, but you seem to be imminent that Hebrew is God's language, right? That's the only
Well,
way to.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's fine. I guess.
There's not another language that's as sophisticated as Hebrew, and like I said, I can prove that.
And what, really quick, just before I go, what did you say about Aramaic earlier? Because
It's the same. Aramaic is the same language phonetically, but not when it comes to the hieroglyphic witnesses.
oh,
So meaning they don't have a letter that's an eyeball, even though they have that sound ayin, just like English has I. You understand?
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. I have to look more into that, the language stuff. I haven't looked. That's my fault. Yeah. Yeah, man. No, I appreciate the talk, bro. I'm gonna get going, but nice talking to you.
All right, brother. Shalom, shalom. Be easy. Receive Jesus Christ.
You have a good day.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the end of that. Boy.